Hey, what's up? I'm Jack. Welcome to V.A.S.T. Just a little bit before we get started, before we travel off into the middle of a vast universe filled with danger and bloodshed and hardship and all kinds of dark, brutal words that will be heretofore associated with the brightest eye. I want to talk a little bit about combat. But before we do that, I want to talk a little bit about you, the fans. Thank you so much for your continued support of the show, for your continued excitement about our fiction, about our characters, about our cast. You can't see it unless maybe they turn the camera around, but the cast is literally doing a little like dance right now just for you. It's a silent dance because they don't want to interrupt me, their god. But for serious, it just means you ruined it, Dylan. No, seriously, it means the world to us. Every day, not a day goes by that I don't get some tweet from one or another awesome V.A.S.T fan. To Shay, who made those incredible cocktails for Rake's Giving. Thank you. That was amazing. You've given me 5 new cocktails to try. To every piece of fan art that we've gotten, I think it's Void Smoker made like an absolutely insane Leuven sketch that I genuinely was like professional quality excellence. I am, and I say this as somebody that works with artists all the time. I was blown away. So thank you again for continuing to spread the word about the show, for letting people know about this weird little thing we're doing. Because honestly, as I said last week, we started this because we love playing together, and we wanted to share that with as many people as possible. Hearing that it gratifies you at all is like amazing. So, with that said, let's talk about combat for a second. This is something we haven't done that much of in V.A.S.T so far, but I want you, as new people in my system and learning about how I run games, to be familiar enough with the combat system that you can keep up with it when we go. So we aren't like stopping to explain the combat system to you as we go. So I'll be pretty brief about it. Essentially, every combat roll has 2 parts. There is the targeting roll and the damage roll. Targeting roll is simple. It's your it's the targeting amount plus the character's ranged combat and dexterity, a couple of other things. Or if they're using a sword, it's their targeting for their sword or their flame fists, as it were. And that determines the amount to which the character is accurate in their swing. That can have certain critical successes. So if you get a 10 on those are counted as criticals. If you get a 1, those are counted as critical failures. In either case, those add kind of advantages or disadvantages to the roll. They might plus the character's ability to find more ammo in the next round. They might disarm the opponent if there are enough crits, that kind of thing. I mean, that's pretty much up to my discretion or the discretion of the player, depending on how they want to play it out. And as my players get more used to it, hopefully they'll take more responsibility for owning that stuff. On the flip side, you have the actual damage roll. This is, again, very simple because in most cases, it won't even be a roll. It'll just be the number that the character has for their damage on their weapon, crossed against the armor that the other character has. That character's armor will soak value a certain number off of that weapon, and then after that, the character will take that damage. Once a character has taken maximum damage, then they are in a critical state. They have to roll survival just to keep going, and that will determine how many rounds they can keep going before they either pass out or, God help us all, considering how much I love these characters, die. So, with that in mind, I've been known to kill a character here. What was that?
5 people I'm pretty sure are gonna
Oh,
die.
yeah. The ones at the table right now? Exactly now? No? The other ones? I'm shocked.
You're welcome for last week, guys.
Yeah. All right, so just wanted to run that by you guys. Real simple. You'll see a targeting roll, and then you'll see a damage roll, which isn't even a roll. There are a couple of cases where this is a little different. You'll find that when Hans is playing, Hans's combat works slightly differently, and we will explain that as we go. In the short term, just go with it as you have with everything with V.A.S.T. So, with that said, we are going to pick back up with the brightest eye here on episode 1.4 of V.A.S.T, the Corsairs. Welcome to V.A.S.T.
We are the brightest eye, a proud and noble species of survivors.
We alone have stood against the slate. We alone are favored by the gods.
For centuries, we have known only isolation, but a new day has dawned.
Our people are in peril, and we will stop at nothing to survive.
This galaxy is dangerous. but our fury is vast.
Woo! Welcome to V.A.S.T! It's great to see all of you again, and of course, great to see my awesome brightest eye. Let's go ahead and introduce yourselves for those of you who might be new to the show, might have missed your first episode. Why don't we just go through and say your name, say who you play, give us a little a bit about yourselves. We'll start from the middle with Max.
I'm Max Isaacson. I play Visionary Destroyer, the captain of the war vessel Screaming Valor. I am the baddest cockroach in space. I love murder, very afraid of failure, and I love my dad.
How does your mother feel about it?
It's a good description. Afraid of murder.
Nope,
Love murder.
Love murder.
Afraid of failure.
Yeah, and I
your
love
dad.
my dad.
Aww. That's adorable. Well, welcome, Max. Let's go to your first officer, Nidar.
All right, my name is Ray Uternatchet. I play Nidar the Mind. He's basically a brain in a jar. I don't have the jar, but I have the brain that floats around.
I'm gonna put him in my cup.
Yeah, here we go. We put him in the cup. There we go. That's basically what he looks like.
Brain in a cup.
And
He's branded.
He's because he lacks a real body, so to speak. His main weapons are telepathy and anything sort of mental, mind control, hypnosis, things like that. So I'm able to kind of like feel and sort of search out how the rest of the crew feels, and I can help them in anything that they need help with.
Yeah. Let's go over to Jody at Pac-Ha.
Hi, I'm Jody Hauser. I play Pac-Ha the Limb. She likes trees and hates space and has a lot of limbs.
A lot of limbs.
And she shoots things.
Very accurate.
Her job is shooting things.
As we noted in the last game, there's a sincere longing for trees in Pac-Ha's background, and thus there are some trees on the Brightest Eye vessel.
Yes, in her quarters she has a little baby forest that she just goes and hangs out with. And if
It's
anyone she
adorable.
really, really likes and trusts, she will let them come and pet her trees.
She's the nicest, cuddliest, evil spider monster that ever was.
Not evil.
She's not
just
evil. None of you are evil.
She's very stressed.
Yeah.
Well,
You are all rather stressed.
Yes.
Dylan.
Overworked.
Hello, I'm Dylan Duval. I play a noble defender who is the only human in the Brightest Eye galaxy, and he is a really, really great pilot. And I just try and keep everybody safe from all the crazy antics that somehow we get into. That's
somehow.
Yeah, I don't know. How do we keep doing
how do we
that?
do that?
Bad decisions.
You
Lots
guys-
and lots of bad decisions.
I know. We
I
should
never
find
thought
out who's
about that out
making
loud
those.
before. Yeah.
Just cut it off right at the.
The fish
Right at
rots
the
from the
quick.
head, right?
We'll deal with that in this episode. Don't worry about it. I don't know if you caught the Pac-Ha just had just all but a mutiny on their ship. So
Yeah, we did.
you never know what's going to
That's
happen
not
over
happening
here.
Not allowed.
Gas monster just kills Max.
No.
There's nothing to be done. And lastly, but not leastly, John Callan.
My name's John Callan. I play Hans-Harald Nierun. I am a freelance tall Klee who has joined the crew as a science operative. I am very smiley. I love science. And I have an obsession with the slate, which perhaps we will learn more about.
I hope so. Otherwise, this whole game is useless.
Noted,
guys,
No
Noted.
more research into the slate.
from here on out, this game is about killing Verhord.
Okay.
Yeah, you got it.
So
It's
far.
about dancing.
Yeah, it's killing Verhord, throwing dance parties.
The musical.
We use their bodies as disco balls and throw sweet
And
space
puppets.
dance parties. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now you got it. So a little bit about the universe, just to sort of recap us from where we stood at the end of the last game. V.A.S.T is, again, for anyone who happens to be picking this up here on our very last show on Twitch and YouTube, because after tonight, we go exclusive to Alpha. Come join us! Join us! Come over to Alpha and join the party every week. It'll be super dope. See how I snuck that in? It'll be great. Please come. Regardless, we're gonna be this will be the last one. So if for whatever reason you're catching up just now and you're starting with episode 4, here's what you need to know about V.A.S.T. The V.A.S.T. universe is a sort of getting tweeted. Got to turn that off. This is
that
when I
was me.
realize I need to silence all my devices. Whoops. So, the vast universe is, for all intents and purposes, a sort of a universe under siege by a massive cosmological event known as the Slate. No one seems to know exactly what the Slate is. People have different names for it. The Pac-Ha Peacekeep sometimes call it the Alpha Singularity. Sometimes they call it the Slate. The Brightest Eye specifically do call it the Slate. Everyone seems to have their own kind of mythology or understanding of what this thing is, but one thing is true. Anything that enters it has a very, very, very low chance of getting out, though we have seen that ships can fly through it very rapidly, but with great danger. Any planets, star systems, stellar bodies, nebulae, anything that actually gets stuck inside of the Slate is burned away and replaced with Slate energy, a radiation that, for all intents and purposes, no one seems to be able to figure out what this thing is. It changes radioactive signatures, it changes its sort of internal physics is unpredictable. It works more like a quantum state than like something that should exist in the sort of macro-physical world. So as the universe has gotten used to that, a lot of conflicts have developed over it. One of the biggest conflicts sort of stands around the Brightest Eye, who are a species of essentially hermits that live out in the middle of the middle of this sort of giant area of space that's been slated, but they themselves have not been hit by the Slate. Their 7-star system has managed to hold the Slate back, which no one really knows how that happened. And we continue to be a little bit confused or curious as to how it happened. However, recently, we do have some hint as to what was holding it back, because a Brightest Eye asset known as the Heretic seems to have been removed from Brightest Eye space by Siren agents and then taken by the Pac-Ha Peacekeep. This Heretic, now that they are gone, seems to have opened the floodgates for the Slate to come crashing in on the Brightest Eye. And in fact, as we open up this story, we open with one of the first Brightest Eye vessels to ever cross the Slate in over 700 years, the Screaming Valor, who are on a mission to retrieve the Heretic and return him back to the Brightest Eye before all of their planets and star systems are consumed by the Slate.
Yeah.
As we stand, only the sort of outer edges of their space have been affected. This seems to be a slow process, perhaps even slow enough that there is time to fix it. So, with that in mind,
Not all dead.
Yeah, right.
a little bit of good news for the crew over here, who I think were pretty much assuming that I had
They aren't
destroyed
dead
all
yet.
of their
Thank
homeworlds,
We're only going to be dead.
because that's the kind of monster I
We're
am.
dying.
We're all dying.
So our characters have also upgraded. That may not be reflected on the sheets that you see on the HUD, but I will call out the upgrades as they go. Are they? Hooray!
But
They
they
are. Big shout out to Chris Hannell for making that
Hooray
happen.
for technology.
Thank you to the whole team over at Support Class. You continue to make our jobs look super awesome. Also, big shout out to Sirenscape, or as I like to call them, Sirenscape. What was that? Yeah, Sirenscape! They are awesome. They continue to make our lives easier. They make the whole show sound better. And their music, as soon as it kicks in, really helps shape the experience. So thank you again to them for all they do. So, you guys got any questions? Any concerns? Anything you want to shout out about before we begin?
I had
really
some
liked
like,
that
really bad
sexy-
jokes about Cyber Monday, but I don't have anything.
Yeah, I really dug that sexy Pac-Ha fan art that came
That
up
was
on
sexy.
Saturday.
That was
There were
pretty
just so
sexy.
many
Oh,
limbs
yeah.
everywhere. It was
There were.
great.
She was like limbs on limbs. She was
like a-
folded
I
up.
want to
Yeah.
make a
Yeah.
plea to the fans. So far, it has all been really balanced on the Peacekeep side in terms of fan art. And I don't know if they've seen us, but we look amazing. Like, if you want to draw
We're metal.
Super cool.
grotesque,
metal.
weird
That's a good point.
monsters, please draw us. We're awesome.
Yeah, they are in fact awesome.
Yay,
I
more fan art.
I
want
completely
more
support
fan
this
art.
idea.
I want heaps of Visionary Destroyer pinup art. Like it goes in like the side of like all Brightest Eye ships is like me like
Sexy
in a
pose.
bomber jacket, you know.
Like
So
Jane
can we-
Mansfield
I didn't know
or something?
cockroaches
yeah,
could look that
Can
way.
we make just sort of a general plea that if we get enough fan art, you'll like, I don't know.
I'll send you a bag of my hair. I'm serious. I'll do it.
Yeah. You
got-
want that hair.
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
There you go. That's not at all what I was suggesting, but now
I
you
do.
know. Now we can start the hashtag MakeMaxBald. and it just involves you sending us fan art and Max pulling out clumps of his hair straight out of his head
Wait, can
to
I just-
send to you.
You're assuming Max does not
love this
already
crew.
have a bag of his own hair ready to go.
Right here.
And as we all know,
actually.
Max absolutely
Right.
has.
Probably.
Bags
I've
of
seen
hair.
it.
Are you wearing the vial of human blood tonight, Max?
No, not tonight. That was just for our inaugural episode.
All right.
It shall return.
Fun fact, I'm not kidding about that, you guys. Angelina Jolie over here.
Like we said, metal.
Check episode 2, it's sweet.
Sweet.
So, all right, guys.
What are we doing?
Lastly, he's not here yet, but he will be here later, and I'll bring him on to show him off. This episode was another one written out of our writer's room. Last week's was by Rick Budd. This week is by another Rick, and in fact, one of my very oldest friends, my very first writing collaborator, Richard Bear. Rick Bear is an old and dear friend of mine, an excellent writer, a truly excellent world builder. Rick is also responsible for the history of Terra that reinforces all of Lucy Bard's backstory, which as we start to get into that in this season and hopefully in seasons to come, you'll be able to see a lot more of Rick's work. He's outstanding. I'm really excited about what he came up with for tonight's episode, and I can't wait to get it started. So why don't we get it started, you guys?
Do it.
Do it.
All right. Woo! So with that said, welcome to V.A.S.T. Episode 1.4, The Corsairs, by Rick Bear. Starring Visionary Destroyer, Nidar the Mind, Hansharald Hans Nirun, Pac-Ha the Limb, and Noble Defender. Many in the galaxy feared the brightest eye. Their awesome and terrible might brought fear to the hearts of billions. They engineered themselves to be the nightmares of weaker species made flesh, and they were the only race who could stand their ground in the face of the slate. But that time has come to an end. The slate has come for the eye, and within hours has already diminished its might 100-fold. The eye is now scattered, confused, and the concordance that binds them all together is loud with discord. We open on the Screaming Valor, far from the heart of the eye, outside Border World 17, where we left you, skulking its way through space. I can already hear the V.A.S.T fans going, skulking, it's like stalking, and you're correct.
Yeah, we are. We're too cool to be sad about it, but we totally are sad about it.
Yeah, they are stalking.
Okay.
Ship and crew are battered, but not beaten, for the brightest eye are nothing if not resilient. The events of the recent days have left the crew shaken. While most are still dutifully manning their stations, there is a sense of uneasiness running through the Concordance, and specifically through the Screaming Valor, which keeps everyone on edge. Minor squabbles have been breaking out on lower decks, and the stability of the ship and its captain, or and its crew, depend on the discipline set by the captain. In the moments after this, the crisis wave that hit you at the end of our last episode, Visionary Destroyer, what have been your efforts? Give me some actions.
Okay. Shit. All right. Well, obviously everything's pretty fucked. So,
To say the least.
we can't fall apart. If there's one thing we are, it's united. Always have been for 700 years. We can't fall apart. Okay. Nidar, I'm not one for this, and so I don't know much about how to go about it. But I need these people, I need everyone in this crew to feel better.
All right. Well, let me reach out to them right now and speak to them all for you. Would you like that?
Tell them it's going to be okay. Tell them we will fight as long as we can. Tell them we're not hunted and dying.
Everyone needs to look inside themselves and sort of think about something that they love. Think about your planet. Think about where you come from. Think about home. That's why we're here. That's why we're here on the ship with our captain, Visionary Destroyer. We are here to keep those places safe. And we can do it together. You must believe we can pull together and make things work. We will be victorious in our efforts. Visionary Destroyer, our captain, believes in you. I believe in you. And we will be successful in our mission.
All right. Go ahead and roll 16 for that. This is what I'm going to consider your telepathy speech.
Okay?
There you go.
This idea of sort of sending out a general sort of calming wave throughout the crew in an effort to keep them both on task and calm.
You got it. 7.
Okay. So at a 7, that's a full success, meaning that wave goes out, and in fact, you find that the ship responds to this missive rather well. In fact, within the day, Captain, you find that the limb, especially on the vessel, since most of your vessel is made of limbs, find themselves. That sounds like there's arms and
weird.
legs sticking out of your
weird.
vessel, but you know what I mean.
Sounds
Yeah,
a little weird.
sounds cool.
Is that kneecap working right?
Find themselves. You find that they stare at you a little with a little less fear and a little more respect. There is a general sense of unity on the vessel, even in this time of trying tragedy. However, the true test comes when the Concordance aches with that familiar ache, that desire to speak to you. The mother and the fathers request your presence in their company.
All I ever do is lose my shit when I talk to these people. I'm terrible at it.
But it's not a crisis wave, so you don't need to lose your shit.
Yeah, right, okay. That's much better.
When Ray made his telepathic speech, did he do so from the bridge?
Yes.
I super like examined the shit out of him, like very excitedly, just pouring over, just like hands almost up against the glass, just looking at every, like I want to know like how big his prefrontal cortex is, like what's the size of him compared to a human brain, like what is
all
there
of
a
that makes
special part of his brain that does the telepathy stuff?
All right. So that's essentially like a medical analysis role.
Okay.
Let me
do
put that
that.
up for you, man.
Do some
Can he hear
medical
Noble's
analysis.
thoughts? Can he hear Noble's thoughts? through the
He
telepathy?
can only hear thoughts that he wants to hear.
Okay.
He is not constantly passively pulling in thoughts. So no.
Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you. That's very polite of you.
Hey, you're not Gene
I just
Graying.
turn around and mouth, "I'm sorry."
Academics.
I'm nothing. if
This
not
is made of your
correct.
intelligence, your academics,
I
your
think
medical.
I'm just like, can we kill this guy yet?
He's so frail.
your xenoanthro.
Oh, yeah, like left side super frail, squishies.
Squishies.
Right side hard as nails.
I'm a little squishy.
This is you're a little squishy.
And
You kill good though.
And you picked up that xenobiology merit, so that pops you up to 16, and that's not including cold hard logic. So, for those of you, for everybody who's about to see the system for the first time,
really good.
this is every species in the vast universe has a species merit. For the brightest eye, it's a series of sort of weaponized combat moves. For the limb, it's what we call listen, which is sort of a space-time fluctuations listening, which you saw in the last game. For Nidar, it's his telepathy. And for humans, it's a general bolster towards either your mental or your physical or your social, depending on what kind of character you are. In the case of the Tal Kli, who are a very ancient, almost extinct scientific culture, we have a thing we call cold hard logic. Cold hard logic is essentially a mental bolster until you reach the maximum spend, right, which is a 5. John has reached that spend. And as a result now that he has those 5 dice become a bankable, essentially like discrete roll from the rest of his science rolls. He's going to roll 16 for his medical analysis, but then he's going to roll these 5 dice, these extra 5 physically. Whatever successes he gets on that 5 pool, that logic pool we'll call it, those are doubled successes. So this is a way to save face in the event of a bad roll, but also a way to really increase a good roll, specifically in terms of mental rolls. So John has sort of poured a lot of points into this initially, which is why his character is like relatively weak physically, but he's very powerful from a mental perspective, and you're about to see why.
Many people say Tal Kli logic makes us awkward and uncomfortable to be around, but personally, I don't see it.
Go ahead and roll, man. He says as he fondles the brain in the jar.
Just flying on the ship, flying on the ship.
What?
Awesome. So 6 regular style.
Okay.
And then from my logic pool 4, which doubles into 8.
Yep. Wow. So that's an outstanding success. You end up, you sort of are looking over his brain and pretty quickly start to be able to map how exactly this thing works. Not only do you get a good sense of how the actual like telepathy functions, but you also get a general sense that the engineering involved with the piece he's in. So augmentation of either that or of the physical being inside is now something you can start to think about. Beyond that, something interesting that you might notice about the mines, it seems to have a lot of cilia and other things connected to the outside of it that might be missed by the untrained eye. But these cilia definitely are not for the sensing of materials inside its sphere. You've seen this in other species that work as collectives, and it indicates that perhaps this thing is actually part of a larger whole from which it has been separated, which is the first time you've ever heard of anything like that.
Interesting. Very fascinating. Very interesting. You, sir, are a very exciting organism.
Brother, should I stop this?
I am pleased to make your acquaintance.
Do you
No.
need help, Nader?
Nidar can hold his own.
I just feel bad.
I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I do not believe he can hold anything. He lacks limbs or hands.
I do.
We know.
Did you?
We know. He's a brain in a jar. It's
Yeah, we know that.
Literalism strikes. All right, Max.
Again and again.
Okay.
Destroyer. So you receive a
Everyone's.
yeah, you
Oh,
receive
right,
a
yeah,
call from the Brightest Eye Homeworld from Pupil.
Do I hear that too?
No, that
Okay.
call specifically goes out to Visionary Destroyer.
Got it.
Okay. I'll take it. All right.
Okay.
Sit down.
You gonna take it
And
on
then-
the bridge?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just right into my brain, right? So yeah, I'll take it on the bridge.
Okay, great. You once again receive the mental image of that great sort of hovering facility that we ran into in the first game, the center of all that is the Brightest Eye. The father's in a ring with the mother in the center, stroked, clouded in mystery. Visionary Destroyer. You live.
I do. Barely. But we're alive. I told you I wouldn't come back without the heretic. And I won't.
You and the few ships like you are now the only opportunity we have to retrieve the heretic. Most of our naval might has fallen to the slate. Our core worlds are receiving refugees from Mind World, from Limb World, from the Ship Womb, and from all of our other facilities on the border of the Eye. But without the heretic, these too shall fall.
How long do we have?
Unknown.
What other ships are on this mission?
You are hit with a wave that indicates at least 7 other Brightest Eye vessels that have been sent to other ends of the Brightest Eye. But you are the only one for many, many sectors.
Man, that makes me feel way less special.
You'll always be special to
Well, here, you want to know why you're special? None of the rest of these vessels have received any word of the heretic. But from you, we have noticed hope.
We found a Syrian vessel crashed on a planet. It was the vessel used to take the heretic. There was nothing left as far as what we were looking for. It had been taken by the Pac-Ha before we arrived. But we know it must have been a larger Pac-Ha vessel. There was something smaller coming to clean up the scraps. That's what we should be looking for.
The Peacekeep has the heretic.
It would seem so.
In olden days, this would be war. War upon the Peacekeep from the Brightest Eye.
And why is it not war now?
For our might is shattered.
It only takes one point of pressure to crack a rock. I don't need a fleet. I don't need a navy. I'll break the Pac-Ha by myself.
So rad.
All right. All right.
I wish we could do that.
Yeah,
Go
me
ahead
too.
and roll. Go ahead and roll 12 for command.
Fuck yeah. Tell these
Tell 'em what's up.
See how well you do telling your bosses what's up.
Yeah, not great. 4?
Okay. It's not great.
They're like, this idiot really believes this shit.
Yeah, they all
lot
look
of
to each
fucking
other and
bluster.
mutter.
What's
Rabble,
a
rabble,
cockroach?
rabble.
This fucking guy.
You are but one. No other Brightest Eye travels with you. Only vassals.
Hey.
Hey, no.
And they're the best crew I've ever seen. They saved Limb World by themselves. 4 of us. Saved a planet. What can I do with a ship that I trust?
I hope, and this is you almost as if like the whole room isolates just to Father Seven. Your father.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I hope your confidence is our confidence soon. You are authorized, alongside the rest of your vessel, to make war upon the single Peacekeep vessel containing the heretic, until you retrieve the heretic and bring him back to us. Any act of war against a Peacekeep planet will be seen as a traitorous act to the Concordance, and you shall be chained. Any act against a Peacekeep vessel not containing the heretic will be considered disobedience, and you will be chained. Do you understand?
I understand. And I would never dream of defying you. I do this for your glory, not for my own.
Our glory is nothing. The Brightest Eye is everything. Find that vessel. by whatever means necessary. The eye shines bright,
The eye shines bright.
and it cuts away.
I get out of that
And you
all
s-
jazzed.
And you snap back to attention on the bridge of your vessel.
We've got work to do.
Right.
The brightest eye have the heretic.
Or the Pac-Ha.
No, the Pac-Ha. Sorry, yeah, thank you. We're good. The Pac-Ha have,
Game over. We're
the
done.
Pac-Ha have the heretic,
That was easy.
and the eye hasn't fallen yet. We don't know how long we have, but we're not dead.
What about the rest of our planets?
Alive, taking refugees.
Okay.
I will tell you this, though. The planets may not survive. Your trees might not survive. The faster we find the heretic, the faster we can save your world.
Oh,
But we can save your trees.
there's just like limbs going everywhere.
Freaking out.
And then she comes down. Okay, so what do we need to do?
We need to find the heretic as fast as we can.
You know,
Hans, I'd like you to start scanning for any Pac-Ha crossing drive signatures that would have left this system.
I can, of course, do that. But, Captain, may I speak with you alone for a moment?
Yeah, that's fine. Nidar,
Yes.
I need you to keep the crew on track. You did good work earlier. Start arranging sessions with key crew members.
Copy that.
I want you keeping them calm. I want you keeping them efficient.
Copy that.
Thank you. Hans, I have captain's quarters, right?
Yeah, you do.
Okay.
Consider it your, we talked about the living quarters, the sort of like weird womb-esque
yeah.
living quarters that you sleep in. You have one of those. It operates as your sort of like personal chamber, as it were. Otherwise, the bridge is your personal chamber, because none would dare defy you. That said, you can invite him into that chamber if that's where you want to speak privately.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So you step inside. Hans, probably your first time inside one of these things. Just a basic sort of rundown. Sort of fleshy walls. Big sort of fleshy sack in the middle of the thing. The Visionary Destroyer crawls up into almost as kind of like a throne. His robot legs
Buggy.
kind of pinging to either side of the thing and keeping him up in it. I built this just for you, Max. Just for you.
How
He's
noble!
like, you gave me a fleshy sack throne.
So he literally does that as we enter?
Yes. Leaving you on the ground level.
do I hear this because I'm concordance as well?
No, you do not hear the concordance through him. You are going to be stepping into a session with Nidar, which
Okay.
we'll deal with in just a moment.
What a novel method of suspension.
It's comfortable enough.
Does your higher verticality
my.
indicate your greater status compared to myself?
My being part of the brightest eye indicates my greater status than yourself.
Yes. Yes, for now I do agree. But perhaps our goals can be shared. Captain, I thought, given the stressful circumstances of our situation, it might be best that we got to know each other, at least in the most circumstantial and contextual of ways.
I actually agree with you. Quite a lot. I take pride in trusting my crew. I take pride in them working well and efficiently, not questioning our actions. I want you to be part of that. I see no use in alienating you.
I am honored by your faith in me. Efficiency is often the greatest result of technology operating well.
I think you and I are going to get along decently well, actually.
People, you know, are just a kind of technology. Take your own species. You began as the hunted and the dying, and then ascended to a greater role, the role you fill now. You adapted to solve a problem. You became your own tool.
I kind of click one of my robot legs and look at it. I think you're right, Hans. I think we've taken pride in that fact, actually. Something we may actually share in common with the tall Klee.
I want you to know I have great admiration for that fact. In many ways, you are more transhuman. And I literally, I might use the tall Klee word for this. I don't know if this translates.
Transbiological.
Than any other race I've ever encountered, including my own race, which is tremendously developed technologically.
Sorry.
Red alert.
Maybe a little.
No, I think that works.
Visionary destroyer
Still getting
belches
used to this
loudly.
music, you guys. Yeah, Fisher's. I like that word.
Captain, we're being boarded.
You're all dead up here. How are you?
Doing great,
Fine.
having very constructive conversation with
yeah.
Hans.
Sorry, please
Bodily
continue.
noises. There.
My race is probably one of the most advanced in the galaxy, if not the most advanced. And yet, where I come from, they fear change. They fear adaptation. They fear all those things that the brightest eye does so well. And in that fear, the slate destroyed them. But for some reason, it did not destroy you.
Well, I've always thought that when faced with destruction, and the inevitability of death, fear becomes something of a luxury. I imagine our species did the same thing. Stop fearing the slate, and maybe you can conquer it. Tell me something, Hans. How did you get on this ship?
An excellent question. And so I'm sort of curious about this. So
Yeah.
I know some of this. Who did I make my sales pitch to?
You made your sales pitch to the mother and the fathers.
So I was taken all the way to the highest.
No, you were taken. Yeah, you were taken outside of that.
Yeah.
And then the concordance made the pitch upwards. So you would have made your pitch to brightest eye, luminaries on pupil, right? Then they would have brought that proposal up to the mothers and the father, or the mother and the fathers, who then would have brought that down to you.
Well, as you know, there is nothing that is decided in brightest eye society without the say-so of the mother. So I suppose you could say I made my pitch to the highest authority. You see, the slate destroyed my world. A world which feared adaptation. It is generally believed that the slate is a naturally occurring phenomenon, one merely of energy, like a weather pattern, an epidemic. I do not entirely believe that. I think that there is cognition behind the slate. I think there is more to the way it behaves than might initially be apparent. I believe more than anything in evolution, biological evolution, technological evolution. It is why I have so much respect for the brightest eye. I believe the slate may just be a form of evolution that we do not understand yet. I made this pitch to the Pac-Ha. They were not receptive.
It's not surprising.
I asked for a ship and resources, and they sent me away. And so I went to the brightest eye.
Well, I'm glad you're here. For what it's worth.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, nothing.
I know most of the galaxy regards you as vicious, bloodthirsty killers, as evil as can be. But I also know those people do not look very closely, I know that your morality is not arbitrary. It is, by definition, the least arbitrary thing there can be. It is determined by your biology and your evolution. It is therefore as valid as any other creature's morality. I know that your society is great and ancient, with complexity and nuance and pride for its history that exceeds most others.
We have survived only on our own merits and the sheer will to survive. Few other species can say that. Most are just saved by the Pac-Ha, taking handouts, obeying blindly. It's not our way.
I have only one question for you, Captain, and then you have the full devotion of my service at your disposal. Everything I said just now, that is the character of the brightest eye. What, if I may ask, is your character?
Whoa.
Not a big question or anything.
Jack Andy.
I've always prided myself as a paragon amongst my people, as what a brightest eye should be. I don't know if they agree with me, but I've never had reason to stop, or had cause to think about what I've done. I've just known to do it, and that it was right. If you ask what I am, I'm the tip of a spear. They send me out and I cut. Hans, I have something I want to ask of you. I've heard Tall Klee technology is the best in the galaxy, and you've said as much to that effect. My crew needs inspiration. They need something to look forward to. They need something to fight for. They need something to fight with. You talk a lot about evolution. And I know that I have little regard for what I look like. I need you to make me something better. I need you to help me evolve. Do you think you can do that?
You are a fascinating individual, Captain. Yes. Yes, I do believe I can.
Good. Take whatever you need.
All right, before you start cutting him open and replacing him with robot we're going to back off for a second. That's
Take this
awesome,
out, put that
by
in.
the way. Meanwhile, Pac-Ha, seeing how shaken all of this has made you, Nidar calls you in first. You are prime of the limbs, so by necessity you would be, or by general sort of ship rules, you would be first up as well. But you guys got a little close in the last episode, so I think there's some
close as
favoritism
possible.
maybe going on here. You're welcomed into. I imagine, Nidar, you go to her, since you don't have much of a quarters of your own. That would be a thing that would you basically live on the bridge.
His jar is pretty much his quarters.
Yeah, exactly.
Is my home.
So the jar,
I
so
don't
the jar
think
kind
any of
of.
us would fit in there.
No, we will. That's until we do the Fantastic Voyage episode.
Okay.
Don't get your hopes up. I do not have that planned.
Does he just hover
come
around inside
Yeah.
us? So it's like a...
It's like a floating.
Yeah, that's
It
really
hovers.
cool. Yeah.
There's neurons everywhere. Neurons.
So you visit her in her forest. Taka's quarters is a converted cargo bay. It's not a standard. Normally, a limb has a very, very small quarters, smaller than the desk that you guys are standing at right now. It's like essentially a little tiny, like modular apartment.
Yeah, sucks for those guys.
Yeah, being vassals, not so
It's
much,
like living
not
in New
super
York.
fun. And space is at a premium. Space is at a premium in a Brightest Eye vessel because most of the area is hull, armor, and weapons.
Sure.
It's just by its very nature. However, Taka has been, by nature of her long service to Visionary Destroyer, has been provided a much larger estate, and it itself has been filled with trees. What do you think, Taka? Trees specifically from Limworld, or are these trees from various
mostly
planets?
from Limworld, and then any other place we visited, he said like he'll like pick up stuff. So
Killer.
it's mostly familiar trees, and then a couple like new friends we found along the way.
No time to get any cool, super intelligent trees from
I
from Border
really want to
17,
go back
though.
there though. That place was so cool.
No, we're seriously going back there.
Yeah.
I think I sleep in there sometimes.
Yeah.
I really do. Yeah.
You probably climb one of the trees, right?
I could sort of tell that his species somehow like came from trees, so I let him come and hang out with my trees sometimes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Question: is he hanging out there now, or do you want to do this?
He could be hanging out there now. I feel like I'd
Autopilot does exist, so
Sure.
yeah, I'm there.
So the two of you have been there. You've been showing off the trees to him when Nidar.
We need a distraction right now.
Yeah, exactly.
They're trying to calm themselves down.
When Nidar
upside
approaches,
down, climbing a tree.
again, mostly just with the intent of making sure that they
Calm and-
and that you understand where they're coming from. So so the mind essentially floats through the trees towards you. Essentially, that abstract concept of the brain in the jar floating
Make it
through
stop.
the space forest.
That's not creepy
Welcome
at
to
all.
V.A.S.T. Taka, I assume you're kind of up in the trees a little bit.
Oh yeah.
You're on the ground, Defender?
I'm up on one limb. I'm just hanging out sleeping.
All right. When the brain shows up, go for it.
Oh hey, Nidar. What's
Hello. Oh, you guys are hanging out.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my-
Just sorry we didn't invite you, I guess.
That's okay. I don't expect to be invited to hang out in any trees since I don't have any arms or legs.
I didn't know you could float. Oh my gosh. Oh, am I?
How
No.
long have you been on the ship?
Well, it still blows my mind. I thought I was dreaming. Sorry about that. Oh.
Taka, you tell me about. I'm still getting used to the idea of a tree. Like, which one here would you say is your favorite tree and why? Because I don't understand the purpose of them in general.
Well, what's the purpose of any living thing?
Well, I guess you could say the purpose of any living thing is to simply be and float, in my case, but to live and breathe, perhaps.
So Taka gestures to the tree she's sitting in, and so this is the oldest of the ones here that they
Can I
transplanted.
communicate with the tree, with the oldest tree, just to sort of get a
Yeah,
sense
let's
of
try it.
To try that?
I don't think you've ever done something quite like that
try that.
before.
I
This
wanna
should be
talk to some
interesting.
trees.
This isn't
Tree
a
huggers
sentient
are
tree,
loving
but-
this.
Right after he talked to that planet tree, he's like, I'm gonna talk to every goddamn tree.
Go ahead and roll for 11. That's your telepathy empathy roll.
All right, here, I'm going to use your.
Yeah.
I'm still getting used to mine.
And actually, throw an extra 1 in there because you have a 1 in xenozoology, and I'm
So
going to
12.
include
All right.
alien plants into that. So roll 12, please.
6.
6.
Yeah.
All right.
Get a second. I'm gonna turn off this.
You receive a sort of faint echo from the tree. You don't have anything approximating like full communication with it, but you receive echoes of many limbs that look like Taka, but younger, but older, sort of flipping through the trees in graceful fashion, at high speeds even. There's something. It's almost like getting flashes of a ballet,
Great.
and you can't hear the music. You can just see the movements.
What did it say?
I'm getting a sense of where you're from
Where the tree's from.
and where the trees and you. And it's quite beautiful, actually. It's very different from where I'm from.
Where are you from?
I'm from a planet where there are no trees. If you can imagine one vast ocean, and we are entities floating around, not connected to anything. This is why I'm fascinated by these trees, which are stuck in the ground, roots, and they don't move, yet they live.
But they can't run away.
Hard to protect themselves, I imagine, from enemies.
I mean, occasionally you have poisons, you have thorns, but no, they can't really do that. So, yeah.
But they're great to sleep in.
Noble Defender seems to be taking all of this civilization-wide destruction in stride.
Well, I came here. I did have a purpose other than to float through your jungle and interrupt some companion time amongst yourselves. How do you feel about the situation we're in right now? Let's talk to Noble Defender. Where's Visionary Destroyer? How do you feel about where he's at mentally right now?
Well, Nidar, I didn't know you'd want to ask these kind of questions, really, but I know where he's at. I can sense him. And if he wants to tell you where he's at, then he will, and I will respect that.
And you are not in any way afraid that the mission will not succeed.
Nidar, how many times you've asked me that question and I answered the same thing? When you succeed, you can't think about fear. That blocks you. You have to think about the goal. You have to think about going for what you want. There's no time for that.
It's curious. I sense between you two a great bond. I understand you are brothers, yet you are different species. So
Yes.
I feel that there is love, there is respect, but there is other complications as well that I'm picking up on.
Hey, Nidar,
Yes.
roll for telepathy scan.
All right.
That's 21.
I really want to see where he's going with this.
Yeah.
really don't.
And Defender,
Yeah.
go ahead and roll your
Yeah, I am
defense.
locked, so it's just-
This is a mental defense roll,
Need a power, right, like that.
Okay,
which is
Activate, do a 20 and just roll.
let's do this.
4 for you.
Okay. Kind of smart.
Whoa.
How you
10.
doing? 10? Okay.
Boss as fuck.
1.
Okay. So you feel Nidar's gaze focus in on you as he says these things about other complicated feelings.
Just like
And-
leaning back in my tree. Yeah. Deal with
And you
I was
watch as
trying
this
to do
thing
that.
like orbs up on him, and it suddenly feels like a drill, just like penetrates your mind. Nidar, you receive, for all intents and purposes, the life story of this human on your side. You see his earliest memories. You see his. You see 2 adult humans, the only other humans you yourself have ever seen. You see them slaughtered, butchered, in fact, by Brightest Eye. You see.
They probably got
You now keep in mind you don't see this.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Cook. Never mind.
You see
That's
I see it.
fascinating.
You see.
You're like, I have to go.
And I've never thought of this. I've
Indeed.
never-
Yeah.
Damn.
You see you see from his perspective this small child picked up by one of the brightest eye, one that you recognize from Visionary Destroyer's mind as the face of his father. You see a young Visionary Destroyer and this boy growing up on the plains of Pupil. You see them instructed. You see the boy fit with the Concordance. You see him stand up in front of other Brightest Eye and speak from his heart. You see him treated as a Brightest Eye by others. All of this you see in a sort of torrent of flash. You see the face of this this sort of human totem that he carries around with the black hair and the fancy jacket. You hear in the back of your mind, in the very, very back of all of this, the most repressed memory of all, a song.
From 3,000 Miles to Great
A song.
A song.
Something about a moon. A blue moon.
It's great.
You, however, just get the pinching pain of an invasive mental thing. These now can start to become echoes for you, but nothing that you like recognize immediately as a memory.
Okay.
But think of all of this now as stuff that's been shook up in your brain.
Okay.
But you receive all of this from that. And the biggest thing that you get is an unwavering loyalty to the Brightest Eye.
Great.
Can you not lobotomize
from
me
all
in
of
my
this.
trees, please?
This tree is amazing.
Does he fall out of the tree?
And he does. Noble Defender falls out of the tree, and as you land, the probe kind of stops. You wake up.
Right. Damn it, Nidar! Every time. Look, just do me a favor. Just don't go deep into my brain, because it looks just like you, and that's just a weird feeling. Just, oh God.
I apologize.
Are you
Noble.
okay?
I'll be fine. I was just trying to sleep. You know how no one knows how hard it is to pilot this thing in unknown space sometimes. All right, I'm getting some sleep.
Sorry to interrupt your sleep there, Noble Defender.
Sorry, I am worked up. I'll admit it.
Now, Taka, is there anything I can do to help you with the duties we have coming up?
Well, you could tell me something. Knowing that your home world might be destroyed, that you may never see the oceans that bore you again. How do you feel about that?
I'll tell you the truth, I feel a little afraid that I may never see that ocean again. And I think that's why what we're doing here is important. So we can all go back and eventually see our homes again.
Suddenly, a alert screams out throughout the Screaming Valor. Something indicating that those scans that Hans was running for ship waves seem to have come back with something. Visionary Destroyer, your orders?
Okay. Shit. Everyone on the bridge. Get to the bridge.
You receive a call to the bridge.
Running.
Oh my God.
Y'all head?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
If it gets me out of a therapy session, sure.
Yeah. He always does that. I don't know why.
Your head's so squishy.
Every time you guys go to bed, I'm sending Nidar to go just dig through your brains. Like,
seriously.
nobody sleeps ever again.
You receive on your science station. Beep boop, beep boop. Hans, you step to it and find that while you have not picked up any Pac-Ha Peacekeep crossing drive signal, what you have picked up is a crossing drive signal not far from here, sending out a repeated distress call.
Fascinating. Can I tell anything about the origin or makeup of the vessel?
Go ahead and roll for your scan.
Sweet. So regular scan,
This is your regular scan, yes.
which would be now 15 with the
15 plus the 5 for your logic as an additional scan.
Sweet. 12 is my total.
Go ahead and call them out separately just so I know what
Sure.
you got.
3 on the logic
3 to
that
6.
doubles to 6.
Yep.
And then 6.
Wow, nice. All right. It is a first off you receive an audio version of the distress call. This is the freighter Carnala. Our power plant has failed. We have no drive system. Life support will fail in a matter of hours. Please help us. Please. This is the freighter Narkala, and it repeats. The ship seems to be adrift, engines are powered down, many systems are offline, and there is a fuel leak. There's also a radiation signature trailing from the ship that is consistent with high volume of crossing drive fuel, which is something that your ship might very well need in the days and months to come without naval resupply.
Yeah.
On top of this, you receive a general ping back. This sort of comes from your interface, not the interface of the ship, because you've installed your tall Klee technology. There's something there that pings back when it encounters scanner technology that feels up to a certain level. The Carnala seems to have incredibly high powered scanning technology. There are like sort of a whole subspace net heading out from it, meaning that there may very well be an opportunity to track the Pac-Ha vessel with the technology available on this vessel.
Okay.
Well, I guess that answers why we should care.
Captain, I would not wish to mince words. Helping the people on that ship is completely fine with me. I do not know what brightest eye conduct is in these scenarios.
Eating them.
I will say
Touche.
I could make great use of those scanners towards our goal.
I agree. You can make great use of them. And I agree, helping them is optional. We won't. Pac-Ha, ready boarding spears.
Very well.
All right.
Brother, where am I flying?
So there's crossing drive radiation leaking out. Well, okay.
You're not within visual
Right.
distance of this ship yet. You'll need to travel
We
to
have to
the
get
ship.
there.
You're getting all of this in
All
long
right,
range.
Noble, take us to the ship. Hans,
So I know where to go. Okay.
You don't need to roll.
I want you checking for a trap.
I was about to
This
say.
seems convenient.
I was about to say it is the oldest pirate trick in the book, the fake distress call.
Nidar, see if you can figure out who's running this ship, and we'll bottomize them.
Let's do that.
All right, cool.
And we don't know what race.
Cool, guys.
Is Siren a fair assumption at this point?
You're relatively near Siren space,
And it's a freighter.
and it's a freighter,
Freighter.
so yes.
Okay.
Jack, would I know?
whatever you know about Siren.
Is that fuel? Can it ignite in space?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
Hey, brother, just to let you know, this could get very dangerous very quickly with that flying all over space. That fuel that we want, we're gonna have to go real careful into this.
Well, I have faith in you.
Thank you.
Pac-Ha, don't use burn cannons. Don't blow us up.
I'll try.
Meanwhile, as the vessel starts to, as you sort of head
not to
in
use burn
towards that space,
not
he
to
asked you to
toss
roll a second scan
Yep.
to check for traps. Go ahead and do that.
Yeah, no, I'm glad we all have that. You're more than most.
Hope logic helps out here. So that is a 4 regular style And 6 logic, which is 3 doubled.
Which is, sorry, help me out with the.
Oh, it's 10 total?
Thank you. Sorry, I missed the first number.
That's okay.
10 total.
Cool, hold on.
All the good things.
Yes. Okay, this is good. This is good. Sorry, just making sure I have this settled.
No problem.
Yeah. Okay. Good. We're good.
In space, we like to dance.
So that's a 10 total.
Yes.
I love your dancing. Oh, you're so slick.
It's metal.
All right.
How we do the metal.
As you approach, there do not seem to be any signs of a standard pirate trap. A couple of things to note in that regard. Normally, a pirate would lead you into this area and then flank you from the sides like a velociraptor. That is not the case here. Sometimes a pirate might lead you into something of a minefield. That also does not seem to be present here. All that seems to be present is a single vessel, the relatively large Carnala. You arrive within essentially spitting distance of this vessel as you get close to it. It looks big and sturdy, but it also looks very, very old. It's been patched up over the years, and it looks like those patches have started to fail. Any sane fleet would have decommissioned this ship a century ago. The Carnala is now drifting in high orbit above a gas giant, with several moons and a small ring system around it. The ship's orbit is not stable. The freighter will crash into the planet in a matter of hours.
Can Takal listen just to see if anything
Absolutely.
pops up?
Yep. So this is...
Psychic crew just sitting around.
Since we're
reading
so
brains.
close, can we scan for life signs?
Hold on, I'm going to make you that roll. This is a perception listen.
We will. Yeah.
Okay.
It's your wits, your
Whenever I could
empathy,
check for intent or
your investigation,
something like
That's
that.
a great idea.
and your listen. That's 13 to go.
Yeah, much better than.
It's your highest roll yet.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah, likely.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yes.
There's also hull damage.
No, I saw that.
There's also hull damage caused from the inside. There's additional gas and coolant leaks, a failing environmental system, very weak life signs, though and because they are so weak, they're very hard to cap a number on, but it does seem like a larger number than you would normally see on a freighter. It's not like 10, it's closer to 100 or 200. And a strange encrypted communication signal. Scanning the ring system is also possible if you want to get into that, but that's sort of all you get out of the vessel. The last thing to note about the vessel is its odd shape. You, Hans, have never seen anything quite like this, and this is what you're getting out of your outstanding, just FYI. The Carnala is sort of a long, very large kind of capital ship. Again, really beat up, not in great shape. Definitely needs your help, what with the distress call and all. The back of it, however, looks like no ship you've ever seen. It's sort of a large barrel, circular around, made up of what look like discrete units. Maybe they're cargo containers or ammo of some kind, but they essentially seem to lock around the thing in a massive, almost like the chamber of a revolver.
Are the life signs clustered in that area?
You can proceed to kind of like scan for that, but at this point you do not know. You're getting life signs from across the vessel. What do you got?
8 4 10s actually.
You definitely note as you sort of just reach out into the sort of subspace feel. You get a couple of things. The first is there are communications going on throughout that ship, heading to that ring in the back of the vessel. The second thing is that you can actually feel the life signs flooding towards the back of that vessel.
Is anyone else? Is anyone else starting to get the creeping feeling that this might be a slave ship?
I didn't want to say that out loud.
Like a mutiny in a slave ship?
And I tell the captain all that stuff you just said.
Right, so they're packing in people.
Do
into the back of that
Siren
stuff.
vessels generally have beaming technology?
Yes. Though generally is a really tricky term with the Siren. Just,
Sure.
base level knowledge on the Siren, especially since this is our first time actually directly encountering any Siren in the game. Siren are multi-limbed, commerce, lots of limbs in the vast universe.
Slightly more into them than we were before.
They are these sort of multi-limbed, relatively diverse aliens. They have very short lifespans. They breed a lot, and they expand. And they've been expanding about as long as anybody has into space, meaning that they have hundreds of planets in hundreds of star systems, and each of those planets has evolved its own aspects of Siren. So it's very hard to pin down what a common Siren is versus an uncommon Siren, because there's literally hundreds of various genotypes. Now, something that is worth noting about the Siren, there are homeworld Siren, who are sort of like the natural type. They're the ones who've been. I mean, they're all natural, but like they're the ones who you see the most out in the galaxy, who like self-identify as Siren. They're notable mostly by their incredibly pale skin and the big goggles that they have to wear. This is because the slate did irreparable damage to their sun hundreds of years ago, and they've kind of evolved to deal with it.
One quick question. When you said they were communicating with the ring, you meant the ring in the back of the ship and not the ring around the planet.
That is correct.
Okay.
And the ring looks different than the whole ship.
It seems to be constructed of different materials and discrete materials.
If it is a slave ship in distress, it is logical to assume that there could be reinforcements on the way. If we were to do anything, we should do it quickly.
You receive a hail, Nidar.
I do.
From
All
the
right.
vessel.
Great.
Put it on screen.
Let's put it on screen so everyone can hear.
It is a homeworld Siren. He is. His name is, just for the record, Captain Leos Davorine Corsair.
Lion cat, this fucker.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching everything he says to see if he's lying.
Please. I am Captain Leos Davorine. Please help us. Our systems are failing, please. My crew is going to die. We need to get off of the ship. We are carrying 950 units of fuel. Containment has failed. If we do not get off of this ship soon, we will all be poisoned. Please, help us.
Roll for lying, check, would listen.
You want to roll?
Yeah.
All right.
Why are there so many people?
Go ahead and roll that 13 again, please. Oh no, you get an extra. Hold on. What's your?
And if
I
yours
want to remember
fails,
what you get. You
maybe I
actually
could
get like a
try.
really high
If her-
bolster to
if
that
her,
with your level of listen, Jody.
Her lie detector.
Hold on a
Right,
second.
if it doesn't work, definitely.
You get a.
Yeah.
You roll 28
Oh, she'll get it.
I think
dice.
she's good.
for this.
Can I
good,
roll
she's
the
good.
20 on yours?
Whoa.
That's your natural 13 plus 15 against lie detection.
That's Trek numbers. Damn.
Yeah, well,
Are
she
you kidding me?
did a
Great.
species merit max out.
So
When
it was 28, you said?
Yeah, it's a really good way to like just get really good at one particular thing straight out the gate, like you did with flying.
Yeah.
The number one way we benefit.
The Brightest Eye are a very specialized crew.
8.
8. Hold on a second.
I don't
With
like the
20?
dice app.
With 20?
Well, yeah, I only got 4 out of the
Oh
20.
yeah, no, you always roll.
Yeah.
Always roll this.
Doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay. He seems to be. Hey, Captain. Seems to be telling the truth.
He's telling the truth.
Oh my
Is,
God,
he
he's
still
telling
on
the
screen?
truth?
He is.
Oh, concordances. I'm going to concordances really
Telling
quickly.
the truth.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, hit me.
Can I
What are you gonna do?
concordance it?
We're gonna
Okay.
chat for a second, but I can
Yeah.
Okay. Brother, you do realize that there are 980 units of fuel on there and a gas giant below us. I don't have to tell you, if we run out of time, it's not going to be good for us.
No, I think you're right about that. We're gonna hook on and keep this thing in proper orbit before we make any decision.
Should we hook on and try and tow them
Should we
away?
tell him away?
No, I don't want them going anywhere. Yeah, we're gonna hook on at the very least, make sure they don't crash into a planet.
Okay.
Captain, we're here as a rescue mission. I'm partisan teacher of the Brightest Eye.
None of us are actually laughing.
Yeah, no. No, this is serious.
I am partisan teacher of the Brightest Eye. We are here to aid you in a rescue mission.
Oh, thank God.
Please bring all of your crew to one central location. We do not have teleporters on this ship. We're going to have to move you out physically.
We can transport onto your vessel. All you must do is lower the shields. I can get our transporters ready.
Captain, that's not going to be possible. We've taken some damage in a battle earlier. If I lower my shields, we may have hull breaches around the ship, and I can't sacrifice crew.
I'm seeing no hull breaches on my scanners.
Well,
talk to
kudos
him
to my team.
We need to we fake it.
No, fake it.
If I may,
Fake it.
Captain, the reason you are seeing no hull breaches is because Brightest Eye technology works very different. There are a system of interlocking hull plating.
I'm sorry, why is the tall Klee talking to me? I thought this was a Brightest Eye vessel.
Because the tall Klee is my leading science officer, and if you have a problem with him, I will leave you to die.
Captain, I mean no offense, but it is well known throughout all of the civilized galaxy that the tall Klee are not to be trusted. You have made a mistake by trusting this thing. It will betray you, it will experiment on you, and you will die at his hands.
Wait a
Please.
minute.
How
that's
rude!
news.
I never.
Look at my body and tell me that I have a problem being experimented upon. Fire harpoons. We're gonna make sure you don't crash into that gas giant below.
Yeah, I want to fire those landing spears.
Do you need me to get close?
No,
Anchor.
hook him with
Yeah.
the harpoons.
Book him. Book him.
Everything I heard about your kind is correct. Very well, if you will not help us, then we will have to help ourselves.
Can I just butt in? No, that would be.
Feel free.
We are helping you so you don't destroy yourself.
Who has social skills?
I have social skills. I have empathy.
Like good social skills?
More empathy.
I mean, I've got 4.
Yeah, well, I mean, I
I've
could
got
also.
4 persuasion.
I have 3
right?
empathy.
But we need
I can
hardcore
intimidate.
social skills here.
I can have high intimidation and high presence.
I mean, is it possible to intimidate someone into trusting you?
Yeah,
You can try it.
Let's try
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay,
it's
yeah,
possible,
let
you
me
guys.
intimidate this fucking guy.
All right.
It's a cockroach.
Captain. Tag team.
I do not need to help you. I am here to save the lives of you and your crew. You need to shut up and let me do my work. The more time we waste talking, the closer you are to dying. Do you understand that?
Okay, roll for intimidation,
Which is a 10.
which is 10.
Oh.
Is there any way to aid him?
No, because he just gave a straight up speech. He can
Nope.
aid himself by adding willpower to this if he wants.
Yeah, let me add 1 willpower to that. So I got a 3 on this crappy 10.
Okay.
Let's see if I can at least get out of a failure. Nope. 3. Knock off a willpower here.
Shit. Leos looks at you, and his panic seems to fall away.
Uh-oh.
Yes. You will help us. But not in the way that you expect.
Uh-oh.
And the signal shuts off. Immediately at Hans, at your station, scans of that Siren freighter change. All fuel and gas leaks stop. All the ship systems instantly seem to switch back online.
Invasive
Its
maneuvers.
shields pop up. Its weapons are hot. Roll for crew readiness. You are now in combat with the Karnala.
Great.
I know. All right. Let's
Here we
do
go.
this.
That must have been a shitty roll.
Who rolls crew readiness?
Or he's got crazy defense.
That's the captain.
I do. What's
got
my
shield.
roll?
Your crew readiness is 1 right now. So you roll 1.
You need to level that up, man.
You.
I may need to
You
level that
might.
up.
Oh damn it.
We're not ready.
Oh no, actually, I'm sorry. Roll 2. Because Nidar prepped your crew earlier. So I'm gonna
yeah.
actually adjust that state. That's on
One
me.
success.
1 success?
Yep.
Okay, hold on.
Man, oh man.
You're slightly
What are we
more
doing? What are we doing?
Find that guy and lobotomize him.
How many successes?
1.
Okay. You rolled against a 2, he has first action.
Okay.
Hans, can you hack computers?
You should be able to.
I could, in theory.
You
Yes.
hack the
Shields.
shields.
If shields were lowered.
The Karnala moves towards you,
No, it doesn't.
opening up a 2 large cannons on either side that are filled with what you might recognize as a similar technology to burn cannons. It's a projectile weapon, but each projectile is infused with Polaron technology that's designed to destroy shields. It's an anti-shield weapon.
Oh, well, who gives a
Shooting
shit? Our
shields
shields
anyway.
suck.
So it opens fire on you.
Jack, can I do any evasive maneuvers?
Yeah. So
Okay.
So, as with all ship combat, the way that this works, you're gonna call your commands. I'm gonna
Yep.
call my commands. We're gonna roll against each other. Okay.
yep.
So you call yours.
So yes, evasive maneuvers. We're gonna have to lower these fucking shields, aren't we? All right, burn cannons. Aim for just take out shields, definitely.
Am I trying to mind probe the guy? Or
Yeah,
anything?
lobotomize him. Fuck.
Remember, you can either do that or you can
Yeah.
use power.
No, lobotomize the captain.
Okay.
hate
His
that
shields.
fucking
Keep in mind,
guy.
his shields are up. That's gonna be really tough.
Is that gonna make it harder for Nidar?
Yes.
So we have to wait till the shield-
Also
the
keep in
shield
mind
down.
you don't get any science bonus from me, right?
Right. Power to weapons then. And then what are
Alright.
you doing?
I can do a non-combat scan, so I can make sure we get that ship sheet.
How far are we away
Yeah,
from
do
the
that.
rings?
That's a great idea. Probably too far away.
Too far away?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So power to weapons. I want to.
Yeah. Okay. Power to weapons.
Okay. Because I also want to get on that ship and kill that fucking guy. Nobody lies to me when I'm lying to them.
I thought he was. I'm
Totally
sorry.
fine. You did great work in Britain.
Sorry.
We gotta not be hit by these things first.
Okay.
You're kicking ass. We knew what was going on. We should have just
We
gone
were
in,
just
shot
playing along.
harpoons.
We were playing along.
Okay.
Gotta stop playing along. We just do murder. Like we do. Okay.
Hi, everybody.
So everyone,
Team
let's roll our dice.
Okay, so the way this is going to work, you are, just to roll this back, evasive maneuvers, you're firing on what?
Burn cannons on shields.
If they get through the shields, what do they hit?
Engines.
Yeah, engines. That's a
What?
good idea.
Burn cannons on their engines. Nidar is going to
Doing
be
power to weapons, right?
power to weapons, and you're doing a non-combat roll. Okay, great. So first off, we're going to roll your ship defense. So everybody roll for how successful you are. This is you're automatically successful, Dylan.
Yeah.
So don't worry about that.
Good.
Oh, the two, right?
Bridge Meredith, yeah.
I'm going to do the same over here.
We need
Successful. Their engineering is successful. Their weapons are successful.
Well, that got intense real quick.
Okay,
like
they're
these
across the board
guys.
successful.
Maybe we should go back to therapy.
We're going down this. Dylan, successful?
Yep.
Automatically.
Automatic.
Ka,
2 out of 3.
you're successful.
success.
Ryder,
Success.
success. Great. So we are going to roll. And the power was going to what? Weapons?
Weapons.
Weapons.
Great. So for your defensive roll, it is your shields plus your evasive actions. So that is 4. You're going to roll 4 for your defense. They are going to close on you. 10. 5. 11. 14. You're rolling 4 against 14, just FYI.
Is there any way?
Okay, what'd you
Yeah,
get?
well, our shields are definitely going to go down. 1.
Okay, you're hit for 5 damage. Your shields are rocked down by this projectile cannon, and they proceed to hit your engines
Oh no.
It's okay.
Do you have the ship sheet, Matt?
Okay.
Our
for
ship sheet?
3
No.
damage.
Yeah. I think you took it from
It's
me
up
last
on
time. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Hans, I want you to roll your non-combat roll.
Yeah, it was a 6 regular style plus 2 from logic.
So then you're up to 10 on that.
No, an 8.
8.
Because it was
Oh, a
2
2 it
final.
was a
Yeah,
1
I'm just going to
success.
double it for us.
I
right now.
understand.
Yeah.
Just give them the whole number.
So you got 8.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, just give them the
Yeah, from here on out, you can just give me the number. I just
Yeah.
wanted to understand how the mechanic was working. Great. That is not enough to get you the ship sheet, but it's enough to get you the their general, like, well, you know what that thing on the back of the ship is now.
Something.
Yeah. The Carnal is interesting. It has a sort of, it has standard power, it has a crossing drive, etc. It has these projectile blasts that it can fire, as well as mines that seem to be deployable. But the primary concern in terms of combat with it is that thing at the back, which seems to be indicated, which your technology is calling the Cyclone. The Corsair Cyclone holds dozens of small vessels. The thing seems to be essentially fighters on fighters on fighters on fighters, racked to the outside of
It's a
this
collector.
essentially waiting to deploy. And from what your scanners indicate, power is surging to the Cyclone now.
Well, I know what I'm firing at next. Right?
Can we take
Go
our
ahead and
shields
roll.
down?
Go ahead and roll for your combat action, which
Yeah.
is your crew inspiration, which is 6, plus your power, which is 8, plus your burn cannons, which are 15. So 15 plus 6 is 21, plus 8 is 29. Roll
Sweet.
29, please.
And do we get 2 shots of that because she succeeded? Is that right?
No, because you are using evasive actions. You can only get 2 if you close.
Got it. Okay. 20. Boom. 10. Hold on a sec. And 9. 15.
Good hit.
Keep in mind that if we didn't take shields down, for them to deploy fighters, they probably will have to take their shields down.
Interesting.
Well, that doesn't matter because you just took down their shields.
Great.
Good.
You hit their shields and do 3 damage to their hull.
All right.
But the vessel seems to still be standing pretty alright.
Okay.
As it closes on you, it begins to deploy out dozens of small Syran Corsairs. Each of these vessels, according to your scans, has a crew of 8 each. Wow. They emerge out from the outside of this vessel, dipping down into the gas giant and then swinging up towards you with the cover of the gas giant. They race with incredible speed toward you while these 2 vessels continue to fight. They will be heading into combat not this round, but the following round.
Captain, do you want me to aim for that cyclone thing to keep more fighters from coming?
Oh, yeah. Is this everything that's flown? Is it like emptied out, or are there going to be more every round?
There could be more.
Oh.
Sure.
This is only the first round of that.
Jack, being that I'm pilot and I can see, how far away am I from the gas giant?
The gas giant itself is. Let's just talk in turns.
Okay.
It's probably about 2 turns of dive below you.
With like close to warp or crossing?
Yeah, no, at relative speed.
Relative speed.
Do we know from current scan data if those fighters are automated or have people inside?
They have
Yes,
8
They
people.
have 8
Eight.
individuals
They have
inside.
8 individual inside.
Captain, what are your orders?
I got an idea.
Okay, hit me.
Okay. But we're gonna have to run for a little while and then come at them.
I really don't want to do that, but okay. Hit me with your idea anyway.
Just an idea, I'm throwing it out there. If we have a compartment or something that, I gotta do this in character. Brother, if we have a compartment or something we can open up on this ship and we get close to that gas giant, open it up, secure enough gas, we can then go full force toward them, release the gas and ignite it around that ship and blow the whole thing to hell.
We can just do that with our fuel, right? We could just jettison fuel.
Well,
Then we have no
that's-
fuel.
Yeah,
That's fine. We can steal it from them later, but
But not if we blow them up.
Yeah.
I think send a flipping party to their power source. Let's try to cripple them. Let's have the ship run and fight these fighters on its own. It can handle the fighters itself. If we
Right.
cripple the ship,
Do we know what kind of weapons the fighters have?
all right. Yeah, split the difference. Okay. Brother, you and Nida are gonna have to keep this ship flying in space while we go kill that fucking captain.
I can do that.
All right. Pac-Ha, prep boarding spears. You, me, and Hans are going. We're gonna shut this thing down from the inside.
The science thing?
The science thing. Yep.
Science thing.
Okay.
yes, I do so love my nickname.
Well, if anybody else is gonna be able to shut down this ship, it's gonna be him, and I'd rather have him inside it to do it. Nidar,
Yes.
don't let us fall out of the sky.
You got it.
Shut him down.
So, just to be clear,
So,
the 3 of you are headed into one of the boarding spears.
yeah, that's how we'd get on it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
That's going to take you a turn. You can't fire that this round. You'll
Right.
need to fire that in the next
We'll
round.
close. So this round, okay, so great. So for the moment then, Pac-Ha, fire on Corsairs.
She can't
No,
fire.
she
'cause
can't.
she's
This is
got-
she's
you are
taking-
taking a
got it,
movement
got it.
action as characters to get out of that,
Okay.
to get out of your
Cool.
Position.
bridge
Yeah.
and into one of the boarding spears.
Okay, and then I leave the rest to these two.
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So that means that you 2 are the only people who can make actions this turn.
Yeah.
Without a limb to fire on the vessel, you'll be missing a firing turn this round.
Oh.
What do you? What do you?
Can we
there-
call someone else?
Yeah, is
to
there any
take
other crewmen?
over?
Do you want to
we-
call somebody
can we-
over to take
yeah.
over? Okay, cool. Do it. Yeah. So you call over a second limb who takes your
One of the ones
station.
I hate the least.
All right.
It's important.
And it sits down at the station.
Great.
To most, it would be identical, but you already missed a cause presence. What are your orders, Nidar?
I don't know, Captain. What do we?
I'm running away.
What do we do?
So you
Stay
can.
alive.
So just to run down that captaincy, anything that you can, each of these stations is a thing you can do. Power can go to something. Your engines can either evade or close, and you can either fire the boarding spears or you can fire your burn cannons.
We need to close, right? Do we need to? We need to do that. So should we fly towards?
If we're gonna close, we need to fly towards them, going over them.
Let's do that.
That's what
Okay.
we're gonna do. If we're
That's
gonna
I'm
fly,
consulting my pilot. We're gonna fly.
okay. So
Okay.
that's what I'm gonna do.
Got it.
Can
So
I
that's an
have
automatic success on his side. I'm gonna roll for your. Where are you putting
Class
your power?
pilot.
You can either put it to your weapons or your
Okay.
shields.
Let's put it to shields
Okay.
You mentioned the science station thing.
since we're getting close.
I'm not gonna
The shields are down, right?
a limb to take my science.
Oh yeah.
Your tactical is successful. Yes, but if you put power to it, that'll rebuff them.
Right, of course. Okay.
What's up?
This is just, I should have just said it, but it goes without saying, I think. Somebody's coming in to fill that science station too, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, good.
Though none of your crew knows how to work his science station. So
Oh,
at some point or
okay.
another, they'll only be able to do the most basic of
Any bolster they can give.
rudimentary scannings.
Great.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Note to self, have you trained somebody to run that thing?
Yeah, the scan is unsuccessful, but your weapons is. So that secondary limb did good work. You might want
Thanks,
to
other
commend
limb.
them, give it a name at some point.
Thanks, extra limb.
In the short term, though, that's a success
Sure.
there and a success there, but you guys are going to take your damage first. Your power goes to shields, correct?
Shields.
So, Nidar, you're going to roll for the ship this round. That is 8.
Thank you.
8.
You're going to roll 8 die for your defense.
2.
Against 14. What'd you get?
2.
Okay. Your ship takes 4 damage.
At some point, you may just want to run.
Yeah.
These end up hitting your engines
Oh man.
and actually spinning your engines out.
Whoa.
Can I correct it in any way?
No. As you close on the vessel, preparing to push those boarding spears, the enemy vessel ends up firing up at you with those slugs, and the slugs, now no longer having to deal with taking down your shields, impact your engines and literally crack one of them off. The ship starts to essentially tailspin as it heads over over this vessel. And as
This
it
isn't always fun.
and as it begins to tailspin out, you get your combat action. You were going to use your burn cannons on them, correct? That was the idea?
That's correct, right? Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
And what's
Don't look at me,
the...
I'm running. Look at you right
Because
now.
we
Yeah.
can't fire our boarding spear yet because we're boarding.
Where's
You're
all
still
that
boarding
extra
in this
fuel?
round. What was that?
Where's all that extra fuel?
In their ship.
I mean, in space.
Did they suck it all
'Cause
back
they-
up?
They suck it all back up because it's still out in space.
No, if you're talking about the trail that led you
trail.
Oh, it's a trail. Never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah,
I
it's
thought
a
it was
trail.
around it. Okay.
here. No. So you can... Yeah, you're going to roll for this. Do you know what you're targeting on their vessel? You want to hit their weapons, their engines, their power? You got anything specific you want to hit?
Wedge?
You can also blind fire.
Hit their crossing drive.
Let's do
Or
that.
did you want to hit that cyclone thing so no more fighters came out?
They hit the crossing drive and we succeed in blowing up the crossing drive, it'll explode the whole thing.
We're on that thing.
You're not yet.
No, you're not on it yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Don't blow that thing out.
Nidar, it's your call.
Let's do the cyclone. Let's do the cyclone. I like that.
All right.
I like.
Aiming for the cyclone.
No more shit.
You are going to roll... all right. You're going to roll your burn cannons 15 plus... that combat maneuver no longer counts because you were spinning out, and but you get to add your crew inspiration, assuming you have a command. Do you have command at all, Nidar? You're just a first officer, right?
Yes.
Roll your first officer. Tell me if you're successful.
2.
Just tell me if you have 1 success.
No.
Cool. So you were just gonna roll then for your for the burn cannons themselves. That's 15.
15? All right.
Yes. Shooting once because unfortunately your engines were blown out before you got close enough.
6.
Okay.
I need to hijack this thing.
We got to take their ships or something, right?
Yep.
3 plus 5. We could take one of the little ships.
Okay, you do 2 damage to their hull, but they're still flying. At this point, as you head into those boarding spears, the ship starts to spin out. You blind fire down on that vessel, doing a little bit of damage, but it doesn't end up doing much to the actual much damage to the cyclone itself. There seems to be one moment of success as a few of those vessels on the cyclone get blown away and start to fall into the gas giant. But at that point, all of those Corsairs that came off of that deal come up from the gas giant, firing their scatter beams at your vessel all simultaneously.
Sweet.
Really
Is there
like these
any
guys.
maneuver I can do
No, your engines are offline.
to correct them? Damn it.
As this happens, these vessels puncture small holes throughout your vessel, essentially burning away areas of your hull one by one. And I'm not going to individually roll these because there's literally dozens of them.
Okay.
As they do this, they proceed to lock harpoons in throughout your vessel and start to close in on them. They are themselves boarding spears.
Do we continue with what we're...
Oh yeah, these guys are fine.
Hold on a second.
No.
The Syrian Corsair vessels have now attached themselves to your ship's hull. They've extended docking collars and ripped holes into the hull of your ship. Boarding parties are beginning to pour into the corridors and begin engaging the crew in combat. Suddenly, and you guys basically barely see this as you lock yourself inside the boarding spear that you're about to fire.
Right. Let me just look on the bird.
There is a massive flash of light in your bridge, and suddenly Noble Defender and Nidar are gone. Captain, what are your orders?
Well, have we been fired yet?
Nope.
But did it look like a transport?
It's probably transport. They had transporting power, correct?
You guys have never
fucking
really
no,
seen
fire.
transport.
I don't know what just happened.
Yeah, we'll pick up with what happened to you guys in just a
There's
moment.
not like a pile of dust or anything, is what I mean.
No, there is not a pile of dust.
Yeah.
That is a noble piece of dust.
They were
Better than
probably
we get on
not
there and
in...
they can't deal with us, and we're just running around causing mayhem. Yeah, fire that boarding spear. Yeah,
Okay.
we're going.
Okay.
They're fine. They're adults.
Can we, as we do that, can I?
So you're just leaving your bridge without any command personnel.
You need that.
I just want to make sure you understand what you're
They
doing.
like took us down, right?
What?
No, we have a lot of crew, if I
Right.
may.
No, and they'll fight and they'll kill things. It'll be fine.
Absolutely. I'm just. Okay.
No, I didn't
Cool.
get-
Let's
As
do
we,
it.
as we
We
fire,
have no engines.
Can I?
There's a bajillion ships that just attached to ours, to us. I don't have a pilot or an XO,
Max,
right?
Yeah.
Fuck that. Fire. No, like
There's the
we go
science
and we do
thing.
the same thing to them.
That's
All right.
the brightest eye motto. Fuck that. As we
is there anybody
climb
we
into
can
the
put, we can
spear
put on the
and
bridge,
are
keep firing
hold
while
on,
we're doing
hold
that?
on.
We
Hold
have
on,
a limb.
Dylan.
We have the
Locked in
limb
the
there.
You guys are.
Wait,
off
is
the
the...
wrong
going.
base.
as we
What do you got?
climb into the spear and are fired, can I offer them drugs?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But what drugs? We haven't built anything in game yet, so I don't know what it is you're planning on having.
I mean, that was so I was sort of waiting for a moment like this. I mean, like I didn't realize I had to build something in advance.
Yeah.
I thought I might have like a combat drug, like a fucking like, hey, this.
Yeah, we can roll for that.
Okay.
That'll be tough to roll for in the moment. Like, ideally, that would have been a thing we.
I mean, I can wait
building
until our
game.
boarding spear lands before we disembark.
No, it's fine. Go ahead and roll. For...
Take 2 of these and call me after the
Willpower for
slaughter.
this boarding spear, by the way.
I
Call me
appreciate
after
that.
the
Oh,
slaughter.
by the way, I have a thing that can now refill one character's willpower to full.
Nice.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fucking dope.
So we're gonna call this a pharmacology roll?
Inspire.
Okay.
Very inspiring. Very inspiring, man.
Cockroaches are inspiring.
I think that's good because I only have 3 willpower total.
It is your
Got it,
intelligence,
yeah.
your academics,
So I
your
can boost
medical,
you back up. But
your
when
pharmacology,
we land on this thing, you and me at the front, him.
your visor
getting all
contacts,
So you don't wanna
snipey.
leave
and your
me to-
xenobiology.
No,
Okay.
that'll be handy.
For
I need him to
18,
hack this
and
system.
that's not
Okay.
including the cold
Fair,
hard
fair.
logic.
Oh wow! All right.
Do that shit.
Question: was the limb who took over as gunner also zapped away or whatever?
What was that?
The limb who took over
No.
on the bridge.
Just
okay.
us.
No, it was just the two of them.
Weird.
So it's the two. It's who was on the comp. That's who they actually saw on the comp.
I think I have great drugs, you guys. It's a 13.
They are very. He has very good drugs. So what is it exactly that you're looking to accomplish with the pharmacology?
I mean, so that's a great question. Like, I think it's an offensive buff of some kind. Like, I think it's,
Willpower thing, or
it
It's
either
like PCP.
it either makes you I mean,
like,
I
wreck the
think
car.
I think it's PCP. Like, I think it either makes you attack, like it either helps with your aim.
speed.
Like, is it
like
like
a
a
berserk.
physical or mental?
Yeah, like I think it's like amphetamines and shit. Like, I think it like helps you aim, and I think it
All right, so you dose the entire crew with PCP.
if they want
so
to,
it's your
they don't have to.
dexterity.
No,
I
it's fine.
just
goes
offer
up.
them.
So here's how this is going to work.
Strength and dexterity goes up.
Yeah, this is going to be a general strength and dex buff. It's going to give you a +3 in strength and a +2 in dex.
Whoa!
For the like,
Nice.
let's say for the remainder of the game.
Oh,
By taking
No, that
this,
could be bad.
with the understanding that the longer
Look
that this
off.
goes on,
Yeah,
the
no, I'm
more
taking
you will
it
start
too.
to experience mental and social debuffs. There are side effects. These are unpredictable. I'll call out when they are.
Cool.
In the short term, I need, however, just you guys need to keep track of your own buffs. I'm not going to track them on your character sheet.
3 strength,
you
2
track
dex,
them and let us
right?
know. 3 strength, 2 dex.
Okay.
And pop up 2 on athletics as well.
yeah.
Okay,
See that sign.
so
About to die.
Do you want me to take it, Max? If it's
No.
a mental debuff, all right, none for me.
I'll take it for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, you and I are just gonna go murder.
You don't take the drugs yourself.
No, they're just for them.
These
Are you
people
kidding?
wrecking
Very
our ship.
nasty habit.
My
I
trees
never touch
are
it.
on our ship.
Oh yeah.
Fuck these guys.
Fuck these guys.
all right. So you ordered that limb to fire the boarding spear.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, I can't. I thought I could fire from the boarding spear because I did that when we were evacuating the previous.
Yeah, you could. You want to fire?
Yep.
Okay, roll for your tactical.
Yeah, I got
And
more
I'm
faith in
gonna
Pac-Ha.
I'm gonna throw willpower into this
Sounds good.
because I don't want to die.
Sounds good.
You get flung into space.
And whoa, fail.
Fail.
Was that
Fail.
with the willpower?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That.
Maybe I should have.
The spear fires into the gas giant,
Oh,
missing the Carnala entirely, and flying deeper into the core of the ship, deeper into the core of the planet.
What drugs did you give us, man?
I blame the
They
drugs.
should have helped with that.
Actually, would those drugs have helped tactical or no?
What? No.
Well, I mean, they increased dex.
It's not.
Yeah, that
Tactical's a
doesn't help.
separate-
That
Oh,
her
okay.
tactical is a straight up roll.
I just really need to fire this.
That was a whoa.
From the sheer inertia of the thing, as well as the spear as it flies down into
yeah.
the gas giant, slowly the air becomes toxic to you, and you begin to suffocate. I need you each to roll for survival.
Oh my.
it's always a disaster. when we get
Wow.
the ship
Well, at
coming
least
back.
I
Noble
have
and
no-
Knight are probably
So I'm going to
doing
tell you what
fine.
your survival roll is.
I have no survival.
Mine is 13.
All of a sudden, being teleported seems great. I just feel great.
Maybe
now.
my armor helps.
Wow.
Hold on a second. I'm going to let you know what you got here, guys. Taka, your survival roll
We are going to die.
Does
is
that,
a 7.
does that encounter suit help?
The encounter suit will, go ahead and throw 2 on for the breather in that. Destroyer.
It's totally fine. I'm just like,
Might wanna
everyone
boost
must be
that
on
next
Twitter being like,
think
God,
that's the
they're
first
just
time
so
my tactical
irresponsible.
roll has
They're the
failed,
most
too.
irresponsible people.
That's right.
I have no idea.
I do love how close you guys have come to killing 3 characters in your second game. This is shocking.
We might be dead.
Yes. You guys are fine. They might be dead.
Are we
I just want to
though?
point out I have done everything fine. Like, I have not messed a single roll up. All my advice has
Oh,
been
wait, I don't
good.
think I can.
If my concordance is my brother, what the hell?
All right.
really good idea tonight.
Visionary Destroyer, it's a 9.
9?
Yes.
That's a strong bug.
Okay.
And Hansarald. Woof.
Barking.
Well, the
mad.
armor helps.
Not particularly, but I mean,
Is there
I'll
an
give you
oxygen
the 2 for the breather.
Okay. I don't have my own sweet tall Klee breather.
You do.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you 2. So
right.
you're gonna roll 3.
Okay.
Oh,
God.
What'd you get?
3.
Sweet. You got a 4.
don't die, guys. Please don't die.
Seriously.
Don't.
I very much do not want to
Don't.
die.
I like our
All right,
characters.
I'll
They're
take your
still
survival
shiny
rolls
and
now. Taka,
3.
it's not a fail.
Okay.
4.
It's not a fail.
Wait, I'm trying to decide.
You're gonna put willpower in?
Hans, I would throw every bit of willpower you have.
Oh, I didn't even know you could throw willpower.
right.
Oh, yes, you
Not
can.
that I
Wants
have
to
much.
live.
All right. Very well.
I'm going to concordance you.
Yeah, you should.
Tell you, avenge me!
Oh
No!
What did you get?
What'd
Don't
get?
you roll?
How much
I know.
willpower
I
did
don't want. You don't want to
You,
look.
he
man.
rolls. He rolls real
All
dice
my
for
willpower
this.
into this.
You did?
No, you throw real dice. That's,
Woof. Woof.
That's with your willpower.
That's with all of my willpower.
You. That's
Okay.
why you roll real
Want the
dice.
I
resurrection.
rolled a 0.
Dear God.
None of them were 0s though.
Or 1s.
Holy
you mean?
shit, dude.
Oh my
ones.
God.
Okay.
Wow.
Whoa.
I may have really
This
fucked
is
this
not
up.
a thing I was expecting to happen today.
Oh jeez.
Okay.
Oh my
So,
God. Hans, no. Hans.
hold on.
I mean, this is not my fault, guys. I did everything the
All
captain
the
told me to
Hans
do.
fans
I did
now are just gonna
all
be tombstones.
the right moves. You better keep me alive, motherfucker.
I'm gonna try and figure that out.
Hans,
okay.
you have the best drugs.
As you drop, you're dropping straight out of into this thing. As you get deeper and deeper into the gas giant, density starts to set in, so gravity starts to set in, which starts to pin all of you against the walls
and he's-
of the spear.
And he's so thin.
You both maintain consciousness. Without the drugs, without any aid, you are still alive. However, you see across from you, the rather frail, tall Klee is starting to, seize. It is clear he is not long for this world, unless something is done about him.
Is there a retract button?
Okay.
There is no retract button.
Fuck, I really don't want to do this because it's admitting defeat. But all right, concordance to noble.
Where am I?
So,
Flash happened.
yeah.
I,
Well, that's interesting.
Am I
Because the
dead?
concordance, maybe he can.
so meanwhile,
yeah.
on the or in a dark room that you do not recognize,
Okay.
the two of you wake up in a cell.
Okay.
Metal walls, metal floor, wet on the ground.
Nidar, can you hear me?
Yes.
He's right next to you.
Okay, good. Well, there's a brain in a jar.
Yeah.
Where are we?
I don't know. Nidar, just hear me out on this. Start sensing if there's anything around us where we are. Brother, where are you?
I'm in a boarding spear flying into the fucking gas giant, and we're all about to die. So this is gonna be, think quick. I need you and Nidar to, fuck. I need these people to send one of those ships out to get us.
What?
Like a Corsair ship?
Tell them to reroute their Corsairs to pull us in. We surrender.
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it, or we all die.
Okay, so he's a captain. What if I'm in a metal box? What do I see?
Roll for perception.
And then can I do anything with telepathy to find out what's going on, if there's anyone around us?
Absolutely. You are going to roll 7 for perception,
Okay.
Noble Defender. Nidar, you are going to roll a telepathy scan for 21.
21. All right.
I mean, slight, internal, not wanting to do this problem, but outside of that, no problem.
Well, if you
4.
die, you can't
4?
fulfill your
That's
mission,
9.
and if you survive,
Okay.
there's a chance you can. so.
You can see essentially exactly what I described. Metal walls, metal door, wet floor. You run up to the door and bang on it just to see if you get any kind of response, and you immediately feel the presence of 2 individuals outside of that cell. They approach you pretty quickly. You recognize both as being Siren, and one is a familiar presence. You think it's the captain.
Ah.
Suddenly, a sort of little panel on the door opens up, and through it you can see a Siren face. It's a home-rolled Siren, so big goggles. And he pops up the goggles to reveal almost completely white eyes with kind of faded gray pupils. You're the pilot. And the... whatever you are. I wasn't sure the transport would work on your kind.
The what?
Wait, are you a... He looks to his side and back. You don't see who he's talking to because he's not in the slot. Is that a Terran? What? The hell brought you all the way out here? I didn't know the Terran had... the Brightest Eye had Terran on their vessels.
Look, I don't have time for that. We surrender.
Just like that.
Believe me, it wasn't easy.
You got conditions, or do I just get your ship now?
We surrender on the condition that you reel in while I'm talking to them. I'm asking where he is. Where are you?
In a boarding
surrendering.
sphere flying towards the gas giant.
Takaz got enough readings on you that you can probably give direct telemetry.
Okay, so I've got all the direction and everything. Do you have any terms? Because I'm about to say something.
Nope. I think we're good.
As long as you take the spear that is being traveled towards the gas giant and bring that spear in.
And don't kill the people.
And don't kill the people on it. Thank you.
Don't have much negotiating leverage, do you? You mean the one with your captain? Yeah.
They don't know
Yeah,
about the
we
ship's
got that.
self-destruct codes.
And he snaps, and as he does, a whip, that very same whip that tends to, retrieve you from, is sent from your vessel down into the gas giant. None of you see this, obviously, but you guys feel it. Ka-chunk! As it lands. As it does, it hits the thing with such force that Hans is thrown across the thing, smashes his head across on the metal across, bloodies the whole front of his face. His breathing is very shallow. As you, but you do stop and begin to be reeled in.
Oh, thank God.
So am I looking at this guy?
No, he's looking at you.
Okay.
You're not looking at him. He's looking at you.
Really?
My name is Captain Leos Devorian Corsair. This is my fleet. Your ship is my ship. And while I can fetch a pretty penny for the brain on the market, you, Terran, you're gonna make me rich. And with that, we're going to call an intermission.
Hey, we're not dead!
Captain.
I'm going to go get these poor souls fed, maybe get John a nice solid drink as we figure out what this means. And
that captain.
we will be back for more death-defying daring do in the second part of V.A.S.T. episode 1.4, The Corsairs, coming up in just like 15 or so minutes. So stick around, and I'll see you later. Hey, I'm Jack. Welcome back to V.A.S.T. That was wild. We're all still kind of recovering from our first near-death situation here in the V.A.S.T-verse. That was exciting. Sometimes I get nervous because it really is up to the dice. And as you saw with Hans, it can really be a kind of a problem state. We'll get into sort of what that means as the rest of the game progresses, and how much I really don't want to kill a character this early. So we'll see how this stuff plays out.
How kind.
However, how kind of me. In the short term, though, I did want to introduce you to the writer of this episode. This is Rick Bear. Come on in, Rick. Rick did a really good job building a whole bunch of causality nets and work on this thing. It's really killer. And what's the one thing that you didn't count for?
People leaving the ship. Yeah, I expected everybody to stay on the Screaming Valor, and
Oops. So that means that the whole second half of this is going to be, at least to some degree, slightly improved, but obviously with everything that we've worked out together previously. So this should be a fun second half of the game. Note to all you game masters out there: when everything goes off your mod, just remember Rick.
All right.
Rick's we're good, man. Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah, remember Rick?
Try not to die.
Everything went terribly for that guy.
Okay, so that's where we're up. We're going to get back up onto the HUD and get this thing back up and running.
Oh, jeez, Rick, your game went crazy, Rick.
Oh, jeez, man. Why are you shut up, Morty, you little asshole. You don't know nothing, you know? You're just a little shit.
Game is a
Always,
quantum
always in my face.
Game's in a quantum state. You don't know what it's going to be until you observe it, Morty.
Why'd you write a spear?
Morty.
Why'd you write a spear? That's all I want to
Morty.
know. Why'd you write a spear? And we're back.
All right.
Yeah, we're back.
So, where do we stand now? About an hour later, after the surrender of the Screaming Valor. Well, to start, you were pulled up, that spear, you were pulled up out of the gas giant. Congratulations.
Yay.
None of you are dead.
Margaritas.
However, as you are put into your own brig, mostly unconscious, coming in and out of consciousness as you are pulled from this sort of red-hot wreckage that is the spear that you were, plummeting down on. Hans, when you were removed from it, you're fully unconscious. There's a pretty gnarly head wound, and as a result, as you do finally come to consciousness in the brig, and you two have been conscious for a bit longer than he has.
Are we still on drugs?
You never took the drugs, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
did.
took him.
Oh, did you take the
Just
drugs?
not
Yeah.
me.
Nice.
He
Hans
didn't take them.
Guess I could have used them.
No, they didn't help.
They didn't actually help with survival.
Oh, okay. You can't dodge poisonous atmosphere with extra decks.
Shockingly. But you do, Super Saiyan! So you do, that survival roll was not over 9,000. So what you do find yourself with, so the two of you, you're kind of on these
We're up.
uppers.
Yeah.
You've got all that going on.
It's not helping our
Hans,
stress levels.
That knockabout, did a real number on you. For the time being, you have something akin to brain damage. The tall Klee have a really high functioning cranium. In fact, they use a lot of it very actively. And as a result, injury to it is not detrimental to your ability to, say, have basic motor functions, understand things that you once understood, do calculations, things like that. However, think of it as if your brain has kind of been nerfed back to where a tall Klee brain would have been during a human stage of evolution. Far, far, far before the slate or the world ships or any of that. So as a result, and this is kind of a bummer because we just added this mechanic, I'm going to nerf cold hard logic. I'm going to take it straight away. Consider the merit gone. You can rebuy the merit over time, but the merit has been essentially traumat'd out of you.
I'm gonna kill all of you.
We're gonna fix you.
I'm
We're gonna fix you.
literally gonna kill
We're gonna fix
everyone on this entire ship.
Hey, teleported. I don't know what you're talking about.
Blame your app, man.
I'm gonna get you a whole other tall Klee. We're gonna
gonna
sew
be
his brain
fun.
into your brain. It's gonna be great.
So, you wake up.
Is that the logical thing?
So you wake up on the in your own brig. You are each in individual cells. They are identical cells. Each of them has an energy shield as well as a physical barrier, and you find yourself being guarded by a few different, very different species individuals. You see a kind of blue cat person of a species none of you have ever encountered.
How many arms does it have?
It has 4 arms. You see a
We hate it less.
Yeah.
You see
We'll kill that one last.
a Siren. He's got 6 arms. Just adding arms to every one. And lastly, a... sorry, hold on a second. And lastly, you see a Zocodal, which none of you would recognize, but you would recognize. Similar to the way that you would recognize the Kirei. These guys are, fungal. All of them wear essentially like civilian clothing, and they all have a sort of red, sort of half sash. It's like a piece of armor that sits over the rest of their armor. This seems to be an identical like marker for all of them, as if they were all members of the same crew. As you wake, and by the way, the 2 of you are in your cell, and you can hear this same thing because it's actually being broadcast literally from the room next to you. You hear Captain Leos over the comms.
Hate that guy.
Ladies and gentlemen, and bugs, and whatnot, I have control of your ship. I hold your pilot, and I have subdued what you call a crew. Your captain has honorably surrendered this vessel, as well as his personage, to my care. Each of you limbs is encouraged to cooperate with our operation, and just keep nice and calm and quiet. Once we have stripped your vessel of all valuable technology, we will leave you in peace. At least as long as your life support lasts. It's the best we can do. And the captain's already agreed to my terms, so I'd say we've struck a nice bargain.
I want to listen to see if I can tell if he's lying this time, perhaps.
Sure, go for it.
Okay.
Your lie detect is 13. No, I'm sorry. It's 28.
Oh, that's good.
Whoa.
Yeah, there you
Okay,
go. There you go. Real dice, ladies and gentlemen.
Real dice.
3, 4, 5, 6.
There you go.
There
you go.
Shoot, I need to roll 15 more.
It's okay. It's all right. Oh, that's a 9.
Oh, that
That's
is
a
a
9.
9.
It's all right.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 9. That was a 9.
I didn't roll that.
Oh, never mind.
8. Let's do
Yeah,
another.
please,
I'd
please,
say
please.
Three.
That's a 10.
It's
Ah,
a
good.
That's
one,
a 10.
technically.
That's a 10,
0,
No.
0 is a 10.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 10.
6, 9, 12, 15.
Okay.
It's trying to better work!
Yeah. So
we're
he
back.
definitely does not seem to be lying. What you get from this role, however, is a larger sense of their subspace communications throughout the ship.
Damn.
Here's what you manage to hear. Throughout the vessel, they are dispatching individual boarding teams. These boarding teams are primarily responsible for stripping your ship of its core systems. Each of them will, for the next X number of turns, and this will all essentially be based on an actual real-time counter that I'm going to run, will be stripping your systems. They'll be stripping your transporters, your weapons, your med bay, your relative drive and your crossing drive, your shields, your communications, your boarding spears, and finally, your life support. They have no intention of keeping your life support alive. They have no intention of keeping any of you alive. Once the vessel is stripped of all of these things, they will leave and move on to their next target, as they have constantly. The other thing you pick up is that on their ship, that subspace network that you guys picked up, that Hans picked up at the very beginning, that subspace network that seems to be plugged into a much wider network of surveillance, that is still emanating from the Karnala, meaning that the Karnala is not was not lying about or masking that particular signal. That device is still in play on the Karnala and is still available for you were you to try to make an effort to retrieve it. But at the same time, for every minute that you waste, another ship system might get lost.
Great.
I am going to start a timer, starting now.
Niner.
From here on out, every 10 minutes, you're going to lose a ship system.
But they're going to the Karnala.
Those ship systems will then be moved to the Karnala.
All right.
Nadar, how many people
Yes.
I need you to find out how many people are outside this base. Or this cell.
How many people are guarding us?
Yep, and I need you to try and take over both their minds.
Can we do that?
Absolutely.
Let's give it a shot.
Can we,
A
can
note,
we see each
they
other?
have not disabled either of your concordants. They have no idea how to do that.
Okay.
Cool.
Great.
Can we
Okay,
see
so you're
each
gonna
other,
you
or-
want to roll for what
Let's
exactly?
roll for.
But if
What
they're
about
across from
telepathy
each other.
control? I'm going to control their minds.
You're gonna try to mind control both of them or just one of them. You have the captain and then the unseen other.
Wow.
Ooh, the captain.
Wow, can we mind control the captain?
He probably has some. I think. Here. Will he be able to tell that you were
Mind controlling.
mind fucking? Yes.
You failed probably, but yeah.
I'm gonna go on record as not loving that verb.
Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry.
I don't know. I guess if I pierced your brain before, you felt that, so he will probably know if I'm probing him.
Pierced or penetrated during the mind fuck.
Or probe.
Don't waste time.
All right, good.
No, we have time. See if you
we
can do
we
that.
could do the other guy and have the other guy punch out the captain.
He has.
No, I don't know if that would help.
You got to make that call.
Quickly.
We're on time. If you can try and get the captain, I do that because he has power and can
Let's do the
control.
captain. He has more control. Anyway.
Throw some willpower on that.
So let's do that.
Okay, go ahead and roll for your
Unless
telepathy
the other
control,
guy's
which is
actually already
14.
in charge.
14.
Throw some willpower.
Should I throw some willpower at that? Two willpower.
Throwing 2 willpower at it.
So that's 16 total?
Yep.
Put the timer on.
6.
Just look at the clock right there.
You reach out into the Syrian captain's mind, but you find that he's been trained against telepathy. That was a 6 against a 9. He finds him. You find yourself rebuffed, and all you get out of it is that he has a general annoyance with his first officer.
Okay.
While we're still in this scene, Noble Defender, do you want to take an action?
Which one are we talking about? Corns?
I'm just saying, do you want to take an action? He
Is
just
there
took an
any- is there
action
anything
within
you
that
wanna do?
cell. I'm giving you an opportunity to do the same
What
thing.
do we do?
I don't know.
Okay, there.
Hans can
Brother?
try and hack the system. Yeah.
He reaches out with concordance to you on the vessel.
He's got a little
I think it's the
mobile
first you've spoken first any of you have spoken since
in
you
an
woke
hour.
up.
Yeah.
Hans has been kind of like sulking over here, kind of coming to terms.
But we're
Taka,
all-
you've been
we're all
meditating,
separate.
listening. Yeah, but you're
Yeah.
you're next to each other. You can see each other.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you've been
Yeah.
I assume sort of planning.
Yeah. Sure.
I don't know, you tell me what you've been doing.
Yeah. No. I have. Yeah. I've been. Something has to happen. Something's got to give because we're not gonna stand by this.
Brother Abin, are you there? You're awake?
Yeah.
All right. I'm trying to get Nadar to mind control one of these guys outside to let us out. Is there any vents or anything you can see? I'm trying to figure a way out of this box.
Well, one thing I can say for Brightest Eye Engineering, they know how to build a prison. Yeah, Nidar's going to be our best bet. All he's going to need to do is shut... If he can open these doors, Hans may be able to hack his way out of here. If he can plug himself into our systems, he can shut down the shields that are holding these brigs in place.
Is everybody okay? Is everybody hurt? Is Hans okay?
No, Hans is not exactly in great shape. His head is gaping open.
Okay, well then maybe rely on
But
him.
I'm fine.
Okay.
He can still work, though. He's not an idiot. He's smarter than any of us when it comes to computers. Just let him do his work. But I need you to somehow get one of these doors open.
I can try and... That'd be bad. I look for a vent above me or any kind of access point. Anything that can get us out of a box.
Roll
in
for
mind.
perception.
Oh, yeah. And I have investigation.
Yeah, that should go into this now. That is a 7.
All right. 4. Talking about... 3.
You look up and around. What you do see high above you, enough so that you would really need to like climb, is like an air vent.
Okay.
But it looks like it's pretty sincerely like attached to the top of the that thing. It would take quite a lot of effort to get to it and also to open it.
Do I still have my weapons on me?
You do, yes.
Okay. Okay.
We're getting out of here.
All right.
All right.
Well, I'm going to take a moment. Can I talk to Hans? Mm-hmm. Hans. Hans. I'm sorry for what's happened, but now is not exactly the time to dwell on it. Now is the time to act. And as much as I'm sure it hurts, your brain is still something exceptional compared to ours, and I need to use it.
No.
Then we die here, and everything you've been trying to live for isn't worth spit.
Good. Do you know what this is? My secondary neural cortex is non-functional. Do you know what that means? I can feel it. My thinking is blurry, awkward, stunting, lurching forward step by step. Do you know what a tall Klee is without logic? Nothing. Less than nothing. We're better off dead.
Hans,
Can I hear this?
did you say it's a secondary neural cortex?
Yeah. I just made that
It's a
up.
secondary mind, is what you're saying.
Secondary prefrontal cortex, essentially.
Hans, I think I actually do understand what you're talking about. Astonishing as that may be. I'm going to give you a reason to live again. Have you studied the Brightest Eye Concordance?
To a limited extent.
Think of it as the data system and every mind in the Brightest Eye Empire all connected at the same time. Every piece of information we have, every thought we have, every action we take, all accessible with a thought. Think of it as the largest brain in the galaxy. What if I gave you that?
Brother, are you sure?
No. But what other option do I have? You miss losing a brain, a piece of meat. You're the one who always talks about evolution. What if I help you evolve?
I require one other thing.
What is it?
These people took purest logic from me. The highest function any tall clean knows. If I help us get out of here, we take everything from them.
Well, yeah.
Everything.
Oh, my boy, you're speaking my language.
That sounds good to me.
We take everything.
Have they stripped me of my armor?
No.
Do we all still have our weapons?
Yes.
I assume I...
No, I'm sorry. You've been physically disarmed.
We have.
You have your armor still, but you do
You
not
get
have a
karate.
weapon.
I assume I have the
I do.
holographic
Yeah, I
computer
don't know.
functionality built into my armor.
Yes.
Is that still hooked up to the Brightest Eye computer systems?
Yes.
All right.
mean,
I
have good
just
hand
try to
eye.
open the
I was
doors.
being specific.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for hacking. 9, please.
Oh my god, I want you to just cause so much mayhem on our ship.
Well, they fucked me up. It's a 1.
Real dice.
You
Yeah, use some real dice, please.
you click into it.
That's not a very Hans thing to do.
Well, Hans isn't Hans right now.
You open it up and you find, yes, they have actually cut the signal between your holographics and the system.
While that's happening, I'm going to try and shoot that opening
Okay.
to try and climb up. Just shoot it.
Okay. You pull your weapon and fire, and it dead fires. It seems like whatever this ship is
Really?
has a field that is nullifying your energy weapon. You do, however, on your back still have your blade.
Blade's a slashing weapon, though. Damn.
I mean, it's a blunt force weapon. Is
true.
what it is.
Okay.
Break down the door.
We have a captain and the guard outside. Hey guys. Okay. I'm gonna climb up there, and I'm gonna try and All right, we're doing this.
Okay, Defender, go ahead and roll for your
Athletics.
athletics. This is
Mental
a
connection to
6,
any of
which
the
is
other
improved
limbs.
from our last game.
Yeah.
Because of
I
all of that
don't
time
know.
spent in the excrement chute.
I think
It's
I.
more just like a feel kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
it's
mean,
like-
I
Once
just
again,
had-
you're climbing up a chute. By the way, 10 minutes just passed. Your
time.
transport whip has been removed from your vessel.
Yeah, that's actually a good question. Listen doesn't allow me to really connect to the other limbs on the ship at all, right?
No, not necessarily. You could try, but that's more of a like psychic connection roll, which
Yeah,
is not
yeah.
what you guys do.
Yeah,
You can sense them. You cannot reach out to them.
I could try to
Yeah.
touch
What'd you get?
controlling the other dude.
Okay, so that's a minor success. You have a
Definitely.
hard time getting up there, but
That's
you
the first
slowly
officer.
start.
Kinda
Nidar
getting a
above
fight
you,
with
you
you,
see as like he tries to spread himself out. His arms and legs are a little gangly. He's definitely like too wide or like too thin for this relatively
Great.
wide space, but he is starting to make his way up.
Great. Should I? Can I mentally help you out there?
Can you bump them up with your
Can I
jar?
bump him up?
I'm doing this talking.
with the
So
other guy.
you're telling me that the captain is annoyed with that other guy? That's what you're telling me?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
So
that's something we could exploit.
yeah, that's a good idea. I
do
think
that.
that'd be a good idea right now.
Let's mind control the other dude.
That's mind control.
Wanna
The
try
other
hitting
dude.
the other dude?
Yeah.
Go for it, man.
Can I listen specifically to our guards to see if I can get anything on them?
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll. You roll for that while you roll for the mind
Is it the
control.
same?
And what was
Do
the-
our 2 telepathy rolls,
Is
basically.
it the same 28?
It is.
And
Mine's
No. That's for lie detection, Jody.
Okay.
Perception listen is a 13 for you.
21, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's 21.
because we're in concordance,
I was like-
I can. Anything that happens in there, can we just assume Max is letting me know through his brain, basically? Okay. Or, excuse me, visionary.
Literally went up my sleeve.
I'll let her go first.
There you go.
No, that's a 1.
Something like this.
5.
5?
Yes.
Okay.
Seen-
You don't get much from the Zocodal. Their information is chaotic. The blue cat, you get that he's the sort of commanding officer here, and you get a series of sort of like subspace transmissions between him and other parties around the vessel, and that's how you confirm that the boarding or that your whip has been disabled. Other than that, you get nothing about them. The Siren himself, nothing.
All right.
took
I
the
rolled a
lead, Captain.
6.
Okay, I'm gonna roll against that.
Yeah. Feeling
It's,
good.
it's not a full success, so it's
It's a success.
a hard roll. 6?
6.
Okay, it's against an 8. So you get enough to get the guy's name. His name is Provit Sokin Corsair. He is a all these guys, all the Siren on this vessel, because Siren names you're starting to realize take their allegiance as their like the place they work for as their final name.
The Corsairs. I'm surrounded by assholes. It's Space Wolves.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Provit Sokin Corsair, and what you see in his mind is the Vrair.
Oh.
Interesting.
What's a Ver again? Excuse me?
They're the crystal people that we fed
Got
to
it.
the planet.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, as you've tried the holographics and as you see that, the Zocodal guard in front of you notices.
Oh dear.
And he turns around towards you. You see as he turns, he has kind of a something approximating a normal sort of human face. This is, you would recall, relatively common among Zocodal that have served in the Peacekeep, just as a result of trying to be social. He looks at you. What is that? I have not seen technology like it before.
It is Tall Clee technology. No one has seen it outside of the Tall Clee world ships.
Oh dear.
You have been to the world ships then?
I was raised on the world ships.
Ah.
Somebody has a crush.
I ship that.
I could
I
show you them if you
Ooh.
like.
Get
I could
around.
show you all of our technology.
I
you
have
like
long
to see
been
it?
fascinated by this technology. Yes, please, that I might bring it into myself and understand it through the Zocode.
I hold it up and tap on the force field.
He looks sideways, looks back to you, looks sideways, looks back to you. And he taps a little communicator. I can handle the prisoners, accelerate the ship deconstruction process.
Shit.
Oh my god.
And the two others leave. You'll now lose the system every 8 minutes.
Thanks.
It's fine. We're getting out.
It's fine.
And he turns back to you. You are a knowledge seeker like me, yes?
I have never valued anything more in my entire life.
And here's where I gotta ask you. Do you intend to share with him, or are you trying to get the door down?
Both?
Okay.
Ooh, good answer.
This is a persuasion roll.
Ooh.
Your presence, your persuasion. Because it is both, I'm going to knock you for your subterfuge, which you have none of.
It's okay.
Seven.
Can we throw a medal into that?
2.
Dear God.
What kind of rolls are not with this?
I used to have a brain.
He rolled a 1. Off a much higher roll than you, by the way. So that was luck.
We need some.
And he walks forward to you. If you step from the cell, I will kill you and absorb your essence into my own and understand you through the Zocult. And it will be my pleasure. And he reaches forward with one spindly fungal arm and taps the security system for the force field, which goes down just on yours.
It was a control that he used to take down. I
Yeah,
saw
there's
what
a
he did.
small- Yeah, there's a small button on the side of the...
I would like to take my holographic computer, take everything about the Tall Clee in its programming banks, and display it all at once in one extremely bright flash.
Cool. Cool. Go ahead and roll for engineering, which is 10.
Four.
Okay, so that's successful, but he's going to roll against it.
Okay.
3.
Okay.
I like this guy. He sucks.
As he's walking towards you, my name is Zocolt Cormunan, and I accept your. And then you hit the thing, and it hits him, and he's immediately like struck and overwhelmed. It blows him back with just the sheer amount of information that he's suddenly trying to access. He is stunned for at least one round.
I sprint for Max's cell.
I mean, there's still bars in front of you. It's a force field, and that's what I said. There's a force field and there's a physical barrier.
How do you get in?
Is he thin enough to slip through the bars?
You can try. He's very thin.
Sure. I think the question is how the Zocatol got through the bars.
He didn't go through. You're showing him information. He doesn't need to get in. He just let down the thing so you could like reach your arm through or whatever.
But
That
you
was-
know
that
where the
was
little
the
pad
thing.
is. You could probably reach your arm through and.
Yeah, I'll reach my arm through and take the
And
pad
just you
down.
try to undo the
Yeah.
locks.
There we go.
Great,
Good
do
job.
it.
There we go.
That
I
is...
yell from my cell. It's really rudimentary. Our tech is not that good. You can probably figure out how to hack that thing.
fortunately,
Push the
you
button.
actually know how to do that, so I'm not going to make you roll for it.
Great.
You
Right, I mean, you're a science.
You
officer.
saw
you
me.
turn around,
Sounds
bub
good.
up, and it opens
Thank
up.
goodness.
All right, sprint
us
from
out.
Max cell.
Okay.
Let us out.
Hold on, he's going to roll for recovery since that was
Oh,
one
wait.
turn.
Okay, yes. I sprint from
He
Max.
rolled a 1.
Okay.
He is still stunned.
Sweet.
You roll for Max's cell?
Yeah.
Or Taka.
Who's closest?
Max.
I sprint from Max's cell.
Okay. Well, I mean, because like Taka's next to you and Max is in front of you. So
Okay.
either way.
Great. Yeah,
You
I
go
sprint
for
from
Max.
Max's cell. and
Okay, great.
Try to open
A
it.
destroyer.
Yeah.
Trying to use the
Visionary
names.
Destroyer.
Yeah.
I apologize.
So you go for destroyer cell?
Yeah.
Great. You run for it, hitting the controls. You know exactly how to do it, and your force field, and then goes up. You are now free.
Thank God for you, Hans.
Try to
Okay.
kill him quietly.
Meanwhile, I'm in my cell like, hey,
Yeah.
me next.
Get
me
to
next.
climbing, right?
I'm gonna.
Yeah, we'll be back to you in a second.
I'm gonna claw swipe the Zocodal. I just want quick kill.
Cool. You are now in combat with the Zocodal. He is stunned this round, so you get a free action. Go ahead and roll your primary attack,
So let's see.
which is... Oh, have you never really rolled this?
I've never really done it,
never
and,
did a
I'm,
claw
and I'm not done the claw swipe either.
Right, you did a sword check. You're just using your...
Coup de grace, baby.
Are you
Yeah,
just...
because I've been disarmed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so just my badass kitey hands. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Fighting chitin.
So this is a brawl check.
I'm okay.
which is your strength,
Chitin in a bottle, you know.
your
what I'm saying?
hand-to-hand, your heavy hands. Are you using any of your specific...
Yeah. Claw swipe the attack. Yeah.
Okay, and you're using claw swipe?
Go for the head.
Okay. So your normal brawl check is a 9 plus the 5 from that. So it's a 14 check.
Damn straight.
7.
Okay.
And then does heavy hands? Does that give me an extra die or an extra damage? I never-
Damage.
No, heavy hands gives you extra die.
I apologize.
Got it. Okay.
And in the case of hand-to-hand, because your hands are like...
Heavy.
Yeah. Well, no, just because it's determined by the roll. I think what we're gonna do with hand-to-hand is maintain the old system, like essentially my Star Trek system of damage against defense. So it's not as like, there's no blade, there's no gun.
Right.
It's just, are you successful or are you not, and how much damage does that do?
Got it.
In this case, it's 7 against nothing. This guy only has 5 health. He's dead.
Done.
Whoa.
Done.
Yay.
So you
fungus man.
roll up, you
Oh.
claw swipe him, and it
Totally-
goes
Anyway, it doesn't matter. But
and it goes straight up through him. Because like, he's made of fungus anyway. Yeah, you just like swipe him and he disintegrates. I saw the universe before I died. And then he just, like,
Absorb that.
poor Cormonon is no more.
The first thing I do, presuming it survived that, before I let Taka out, is I grab that guy's communicator.
Okay, sure.
Great.
But then you let me out, right?
yeah.
Sure.
And I'm
Okay.
gonna concordance to Noble and be like, we've escaped.
What?
We're coming
What?
for you, and I'm gonna need a really awesome distraction because we're gonna get you out of here.
From me?
From you, but I'll tell you when.
Okay, well,
Tell Nidar to get on mind with me. How's that? Is that a good? Can we use that for shorthand?
What was that? Yeah, on mind with
Not
you.
On mind.
I think that's cool.
hey Nidar, mind meld with my brother.
On mind.
Okay, so I'm gonna want to psychically communicate with Nidar in a minute. But John, you've got the comm.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm out, right?
Yes, and
You're free.
And you are now free.
Free as
There's
hell.
nothing to hit, but I really want to hit something.
We're gonna find you so many things to hit in a minute.
But the guy didn't have any weapons or anything that were left behind. We need.
No.
Should I hold
Oh,
where I
actually,
am?
no. He had a transporter, so he definitely also had a scatter beam. There's like a sort of Siren commercial scatter beam.
Okay, I take that.
Yeah, all
then.
yours. Go nuts.
You said
Okay.
transporter, you mean the comm?
Yes.
Okay.
I meant transponder. Sorry.
Right.
Just to be clear, that is giving you a Siren scatter pistol.
Ooh.
That does a targeting damage, or that has a targeting mod of 4, and a damage mod of 4 as well.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
How other species so well-rounded? Okay.
I had a lot of weapons that they took away.
Let's see.
Do we need to
Sorry,
head for the
Hans.
bridge?
I need you to find my brother and Nidar.
Okay, good point.
Are we not nearby, or are we?
Well, they took our whip captain. We don't have any way to get them back.
Oh, are they on the other ship or are they on
They're
our
on the
ship?
other ship.
You are, as far as you can tell, they are on the other ship because
fuck that.
they're on the ship with the captain, and that
All right.
captain
Oh,
was on
right.
the Carnala. So
And you're on the
Max,
Okay. Yeah, talk to me.
it's Fireboarding Spear.
It's not fire.
You know I'm actually thinking about it.
I'm not fucking kidding.
This is the time to do it.
I'm not letting these people get away. Like, we're taking everything from them.
I like that.
Like, let's fire a boarding spear.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do it.
You need a distraction, right?
In a minute. Okay, but I'm gonna. Okay. Brother, keep trying to escape. We're coming for you, but keep doing anything you can to cause as much problems for these people as possible.
Well, okay.
Okay, Hans, I'm gonna
How long
need.
does it take you to climb a wall, man?
I don't know.
I want to get these. Oh God, I want to get these fuckers off my ship.
Unless we can't. The whip's already gone from our ship.
The whip's gone.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we are
Wait,
gonna
real
how
time.
are they taking our stuff?
mechanically.
like their ship that has little grabbies and stuff, or they're like taking it apart.
No, they
on-
have actual people on your vessel tearing stuff apart and then
Yeah.
getting
And
it back to your
they
vessel
wanted
on
to
the
take our
power of
boarding
those
spears,
Corsairs.
so there will be people there taking it apart.
So they're using the ships to transport stuff back and forth.
Let's take a Corsair.
Am I
Yeah,
at the
that,
grate
that,
yet?
that makes.
Okay.
Hold on a
that's
second,
better,
please.
Sorry.
So we don't have to aim that.
Yep, that's true. We can just fly it. Even though
That's a kind of aiming. Can anyone
Can I-
fly a ship?
Can I listen and tell what system
We
that
might
they're
actually do
aiming
better
to get
aiming at
next?
aiming
Hey,
at
Jack?
wait.
They have just
You can
taken
keep
down
me
both
out.
of your weapon
Concordance, man.
systems.
Weapons are
Is
gone.
that
The
how
burn
the
cannons
concordance
and the
works?
boarding spears are both offline.
Okay, so we're taking a Corsair.
Can I see what they're aiming for next after that then?
You want to listen?
Yes.
Go for it. You guys are still in the brig, so your visibility is low.
Hans, I want you to get on the communicators. You gotta try and. We gotta get you a way to tell these people to slow down.
I can't lie. We need a liar.
Fucking, that's my liar. I have
Can I help
persuade-
him
You know
lie?
who's a really good liar? The
Colin.
guy sitting right between the two of you.
Could I
that
help
true?
him?
Yeah. Look at his
So-
stats.
Could I
Just
help
take a
him
look at
lie?
his stats. Something you guys have yet to
fair.
really
Oh,
use about Nidar,
manipulation,
but Nidar has a
5.
subterfuge of 5, and he has the liar merit.
Two. Yeah, that's not bad.
He's very good at subterfuge.
Well,
Could I
do it.
yeah, do it.
I got a 5.
Oh wait, no,
Okay,
we don't have.
so
to.
But I'm over
you
on the
cannot
other
tell
ship,
what
so-
ship system they're going to
Oh wait, but you can.
You can
But
say
I mean, I had a list
Well,
of
and
what
you
they were
could- if
aiming
that
for,
doesn't work,
so
you could-
reasonably there will be.
they'll probably be heading to your engineering next.
Okay. Oh wait, you said they'll probably be heading toward engineering. Captain, if we head toward engineering, we might be able to catch one of their ships.
All right, that's where we're heading.
Like here's the only why we need. Who is the weakest of mind in the entire ship that works a transport console? Transport these 3 life signs aboard the ship. That's all, right? We're just trying to get from one ship to another. If Nidar can convince any transport operator to transport us aboard their vessel,
That might work.
And I can distract
Can I
them.
do that without him needing the? Can I just channel into their mind, or would we have to do it through him?
No, you would have
do it.
have to try to do that yourself.
Let's
The
do
trick
it.
is first detecting that, because you don't have right now
Yeah.
either you don't have access to a transport officer, but you could reach out and try to do that with your scan.
So, basically, as
You can also.
As I'm flying, I'm
no,
telling him
just
this.
rear
yeah, sure,
is
totally.
on the
I mean, I think he's in
second
psychic
officer.
communication
I'm
with.
sure
Okay,
that
cool.
would-
Yeah.
I'm sure there's something you
Well, I
can
mean,
do.
we're heading toward engineering, so we can try
Yeah.
to come
So
to
we're
your
heading
ship,
to
but
engineering.
this
Okay.
would also work
So-
because they're faster,
Yeah.
so we
All
can
right.
do
So
two-prong
just
attack.
in order to keep this orderly, just so you guys are aware, I'm going to be on occasion like pivoting between the ships here, and then I just need when I'm with your ship, you're with me. When I'm not with your ship, you guys can like whisper between yourselves or whatever.
Yeah, we'll lean back.
Yeah. But for now, we're gonna stay on the ship with Nidar, and as you guys decide, you're gonna head to
Yeah,
engineering.
we're heading to engineering.
Great. We're gonna go over to the ship with Nidar and Noble Defender.
Okay.
So you've gotten up to the very top there.
Okay.
What do you do?
Okay. All right, Nidar, you know the plan. Reach out, try and find who can transport him. I'm gonna try and bash this thing open.
All right.
And, you know, what do? I pilot. Let's try and get to the bridge.
Okay. So this is a strength feat.
Oh, jeez.
Hold on.
Be
Are we
strong.
gonna aim for the bridge, or will we have to
I'm gonna throw 2 willpower
probably
into this.
Actually, you know what?
turn to, like,
You're
the
using your sword, so
docking
this is a
bay?
sword check. Roll 12.
All right, yeah.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about here. All right, here we go.
Have you used your willpower yet today, Dylan?
I have not.
Okay. Thanks.
It was 12, right? 7.
Ooh.
What's up?
7.
Okay. Yeah. You bash it in.
Nice.
You smash against the vent at the top of the thing until the vent itself cracks and falls.
Okay.
As it does this, though, you start to hear some bustle from outside. The captain walks up and opens up that slot, looking
shit.
at you.
All right.
You, mind! Where's the Terran?
He's here. You don't see him? He's right here, right next to me.
Are you going to try to convince him that
Let's
he
try to do
sees him?
that. Yes.
Okay, man. Go ahead and roll for telepathy control. That's 14.
14.
Yep.
Got any will? No, never mind.
I have 4 left.
What are you rolling for?
This is for, I'm trying to convince the captain that he has not left the brig with me. He's still there. 6.
Against a 4.
Yes!
He looks past you, then looks back at you. Huh, yeah, I didn't see him there. Man, I'm gonna make such a pretty penny on you, Terran. The Pac-Ha love you guys. They will pay anything for one of you. You're rare. You know, I hear they made one of you a captain. So they must be really thinking that they got some future with you Terrans. Woo! I'm gonna take you home, and I'm gonna be rich.
We're essentially hearing this because we're in
No.
psychic,
No.
right? Okay.
No.
No, we didn't. We're not.
First mate,
We didn't do it.
let's get us towards Pac-Ha space. I don't want to hear any more about selling these guys to the freaking Vrare.
I don't know what you did,
That's what he wanted to do.
but I love you right now.
All right, so you get into the grate.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you climb into the grate.
Right, dude. Scan for
You
the
are now in the
transporter
vents,
there.
John McClane style.
Yes.
Noble
Nidar, you are
don't know
still
what it is,
in
but
the.
it feels like
How
home.
soon can I scan for the...
Do it now.
Do it now. All right, great.
Left
old
alone.
buddy,
Left
Hans.
alone. You have a moment to reach out.
And what am I rolling for?
That's 21. It's
21.
telepathy scan.
Sorry.
It's your big roll.
Great.
I'm letting...
7.
It's a success.
7. Okay, I'm gonna roll against that. Okay. 7 against a 7. So here's what this means. You reach out and you do detect the transporter array, but it's several decks down from you. This is longer than your telepathy tends to work, especially on a ship that isn't a brightest eye vessel. You're really going to need to collect yourself and continue to try to reach out to this and move into the mind of one of those things, and it may take some turns.
Okay.
But you've started to detect it. Meanwhile, you are in the grates, heading for what?
We're on a Corsair ship and they beam us out and it still impacts the bridge.
Brother?
Yeah.
I'm in a unique situation right here.
You're an event.
Yep, you can see that.
Every time.
So
Your med bay has been stripped.
Oh, God. I didn't even know we had a med bay.
Yeah, that's
So-
the one he cares the least
If
about.
I had to go anywhere on this ship, I was gonna head to the bridge and try and take it over. But if there's something else you think I should do, now would be the time to tell me.
No, the bridge is as good a place as any. Is Nidar with you?
No, he's in the cell.
Interesting. Bring Nidar with you. Don't leave him alone in a cell. He's very squishy.
Okay.
Go for the bridge. We're aiming there as well. I think we can
Yeah.
make this day a
There's a
lot
bridge.
worse for these.
But Nice job.
Motherfuckers.
Now, can Nidar float as well? He can,
Yes.
Okay.
Great.
Nidar! Nidar!
Very nicely done.
All right.
It's
Very
going to
nice.
kind of mess with his concentration in terms of doing the other thing you guys were asking him to do, but he will come with you and continue to
Is
kind
that
of
moving
reach
him
out.
closer or further away from the transporter?
Further away.
And will his distance affect?
Yes.
Yes.
So maybe I should stay.
Maybe you should stay.
Or can you go the other way in the vents and get in the vents closer?
Yeah, you could try
The
that.
events go the other way.
Yeah, the vents head in both directions.
Let's do that.
Let's do that. Done.
Okay,
the
so
other
you
way.
head down towards the transporter bay. Defender, you head
Going to the
towards the
bridge.
bridge.
The bridge.
So the bridge is actually like pretty close to you. You're in a cell pretty much right off the bridge. So now that you're up above this thing, you're in the ceiling just above the bridge. You can look down and see that the bridge is basically handled by two individuals. There's the captain and that first officer that he keeps checking against.
But the captain's in front of the door, correct?
He went back.
Oh, we went back to the
Yeah.
bridge. Okay, sorry.
There, go ahead and roll perception, please.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me what you see.
Okay. Yeah, what's my perception check?
Tell me what you
7.
see with your
Seven.
Terran
Perception is 7.
eyes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're the new
Good.
elf. Humans are the new elves.
Yeah.
I think they're the new elves.
Did you say that? Perceive. All right. 4?
Okay. There's a whole bunch of computer systems, like lots of them. You don't understand what any of them do. They're all in a language you've never understood or recognized. He seems to be working on one in particular that has a giant map on it.
Can I see through his? I can't
No.
see what he's seeing,
No.
right? No, it's just communication. Okay.
Meanwhile, on the Screaming Valor, you head out into the hallway and immediately find yourself staring down four Corsairs, all of whom pull their weapons. You are now in combat with 4 Corsairs.
Kill.
Yeah,
I
Kill
have
immediately.
fast
Kill.
reflexes.
Yep. So you can add that to your initiative. Each of you, please roll initiative. You'll find initiative under your personal traits.
You and me both, brother. How'd you do?
I mean, just so we can double check, I assume Visionary Destroyer is at the lead,
Yeah. Yes, I am in front of you. That is for sure.
then second, then third, me.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
that's
100%.
Yeah, in terms of the hallway, that means
and I are
he'll
also
sort of-
much
so-
faster than he is. Anyway,
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. But it's about initiative. So give me your initiative numbers.
4.
4,
0.
0.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
We're just gonna assume.
You rolled a 4, Jody?
Yep.
All right, Jody, you have first action. Pac-Ha has first action. Then it will be each of the Corsairs.
Oh, wow.
Then it will be Hans. And then finally, Destroyer.
I want
And technically for that 0, you should skip a turn on this first round. They totally caught you unawares.
Got it. Hans, just get behind me. I'm willing to eat this.
Okay.
I'm behind you also, I
Yeah.
think.
Pac-Ha, how do you fight?
Jump out like a fucking
Well, I
spider
have
monkey.
that blaster thingy. I want to aim for 2 of them.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let's do
Oh, yeah, you're the leader.
Oh,
this guy.
Why are we going to?
Okay.
engineer? We need our weapons.
So you're gonna fire
That's
a
where we can
blaster
get a
shot.
Corsair.
Yes.
And how many are you gonna fire?
2.
Okay. So your targeting roll is your dex plus your ranged combat plus your fast reflexes plus the targeting on your pistol. That's 12. For each roll that you make successive to that, you're going to remove 1 dice.
I would aim at all 4 then, actually.
Okay. Go for it.
All the limbs.
Ew. 1, 2, 3, 4. First roll is 4.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second roll is 5.
Everyone at home should put on Back in Black right now.
I'm not sure about our rights clearance.
Oh no, they can. We
Yeah,
can't.
at home.
Yeah, at home.
Third
we can
roll is 5.
Sing it, maybe.
And last roll is 2.
Okay.
Oh, cool. That's how a scatter me works?
No, I just shot 4 times.
Oh, because you're crazy.
That's right.
Because it only dropped 1 from each successive roll.
It's a crazy gun. And
Got it.
Gotta love it.
Awesome.
I like this gun. I'm going to keep it.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, and 1. Okay. You open fire, bam, 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 across the thing with this scatter gun. It's actually a pretty decent weapon. You hit the first guy for 4 with no defense, taking his health down to 4, or taking his health down to 3. Sorry. You hit the second guy for 5 damage with 1 defense, taking him down to 3 as well. You hit the third for 5 damage with 2 defense, taking him down to 4, and you hit the last guy for 2 damage with 1 defense, only taking him down to a grand total of 6 health. Each of these guys start with 7. So you are still in combat with all 4 Corsairs, who will now open fire on you.
And we're all standing behind Visionary Destroyer.
That is correct. However, because you just made those fires, they're going to target you.
Oh, okay.
So the we're going to say because of his like forward presence on the thing, he'll attract 1 shot. The other 3 are heading towards
Okay.
you. Roll defense, please.
And I have athletic dodge, so. And shoot, what's my defense?
Oh, I'm sorry. Actually, you know what? I just did that in my old system. That was badly done. Bad, Jackson. Still getting used to the new combat system. The damage on your pistol's 4, right?
Yes.
You do 4 damage to all of them.
Okay.
Ooh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
not bad.
Does that mean they're all down? No, because
That means they're all down to 3.
Oh,
Whoa,
okay.
yeah.
Great.
Each of them now fires on you.
Oh, wait, all 4 of them fire?
No, 3 of them fire
Okay.
on you. 1 of them fires on Visionary Destroyer.
Bring it.
Destroyer roll defense. Pac-Ha roll defense.
And I add athletic dodge to that?
You do.
And do I add my armor to that?
No,
No, just my defense roll.
that's
And,
correct.
And countersuit doesn't add to that.
That's correct.
Okay.
It is just your defense roll plus your athletic dodge.
And you can't add willpower to that, or can you?
You cannot add willpower to a defensive roll. What you can do is soak health damage.
Yeah. So if you get hit. I got 1 success on my defense.
Try to leave one alive.
And no successes.
Leave 1 alive. Okay.
We can intimidate him into teleporting us over.
From where? He's on our ship.
Yeah, this was comment.
Okay, give me your
Maybe.
give me your defenses.
Do I roll 3 times or just 1 time?
3 times.
Oh, okay.
Also ask him what
Getting
the
real,
damn
getting real.
rifle is.
Yeah.
Okay,
You
that's
can also
a
ask him
little
what
better.
my rifle is.
Or we could just have him whoever can teleport us.
Okay, first up, Visionary
Destroyer
Destroyer.
rifle. 1.
Okay, that's a hit.
0, 2, and 2.
Okay, so you are hit 3 times.
Yeah, 1 was a 10. And shoot, I don't remember if there was a 10 on the second roll.
Those 2 zeros.
That's fine. We'll count those as armor soaks. That was how many zeros?
1 for the, I didn't see what
Yeah.
the,
It doesn't matter. Just
Yeah,
just tell
yeah,
me what
they're-
they are.
Yeah.
2, and then you have the other 2.
yeah.
4 altogether.
No,
yeah.
we're not dealing
yeah,
with all
but
togethers.
I don't remember if I had any 10s for the second one.
Then we don't. Then you don't. How many do you have for the first one?
Wait, the first one was 0, the second one was 2 successes, I'm not sure how many crits, and the third one was 2 successes, 1 crit.
Got it. 1 crit. That was all I was looking for. Thank you. So that's going to increase your cat and countersuit by 3 in this round. So 1 damage first to Ka. Then, and this is like, so the first fire hits you,
No.
Visionary Destroyer.
Get to it. Yeah, do I roll my armor or anything?
You do not.
I got it. Okay.
They hit you for 4 damage. Your armor soaks 2, giving you 2 damage.
Got it. Cool.
Next up to Ka, you take the damage from the next 3 shots. The first shot hits you. The first shot hits you for 4 damage. Your encounter suit takes 2, giving you 2 damage. The second one does the same, again for 2 damage. The last one does the same, but this time you critted, which gives you an added soak. So you now have taken 5 damage. You have 11
Write this
total
down here.
with 5 damage. You're down to 6. Another barrage like that, and you'll be pretty close to death.
Okay.
You just took quite a lot of hits. You guys are out in the open in this thing. Hans, it is your turn.
I take cover.
Okay.
Ride me, Hans. I'll protect you.
There we go. That's better. All right, you take cover.
I think that's all I can do. I don't have a weapon. I don't have anything to heal with.
Oh no, you got out of your cells, right?
Oh, so I have my rifle?
Yeah.
All right, I fire my heal syringe at Jody.
Okay.
I think of it like a syringe gun, like that
Like a
character from
tranquilizer
the. Well, remember Club X from X-Men?
Yeah.
With the crazy mad scientist pulp doctor. He's got those 2 firing syringe guns. I
Totally.
think of that, but
I
with
just
like a
reread that
rifle.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Hans has this gun that kind of like folds out from his suit. It almost looks like a sniper rifle. On it is a tri-barrel thing that like twists around. So each barrel sends out a sort of a different like dart. This is like a non-lethal chemical dart gun. He targets Jody and fires. Go ahead and you don't roll defense for this, Jody, so you're good there.
Yeah, I don't want to defend
Just
against
roll for
this.
your ranged. Oh no, you don't. You're an auto. It's an auto target. So you get that.
There was going to be a rifle.
But you are
map,
going to
though.
roll for the effectiveness, which is your engineering. So roll 10, please.
Okay. But I built it when I had logic.
Correct.
Okay. So 15 for now.
Yeah.
Okay. I assume as the game goes on, my rifle will get shittier because I'm dumber.
Your ammo will get worse because you're dumber. Let's put it that way.
6.
Okay, so that's a success. We're gonna say that. So this thing, it's a general healing dart.
Oh wait! I
think
fucked
of it.
that. I fucked that up.
Okay.
Because I didn't. Do I roll with double successes?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, this is it essentially operates like a stim pack. It's going to give you a little bit of your health back. So you are now down to 3 damage. And it is going to, over time, this chemical may become addictive. Just be aware.
That's the first I'm hearing
So
about
I
it.
got
I'm so
combat
sorry.
drugs, I got stim packs. I am so juiced up right now.
Yeah.
My eyes are
Bryce, I would like to roll.
my eyes are bugging
Oh,
out of my
and make sure to add that +2 dex to your rolls.
Oh,
As I was
shoot.
saying, you got to keep.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah,
got to be
yeah,
aware
yeah.
of your bolsters because I'm not going to track that.
I
Okay,
didn't-
so
Okay.
that is your turn. That is your turn. Visionary Destroyer, we skip you on this round.
Oh.
I know. Taka,
No, it's
you're back
okay.
up.
Serious
You know what? I have nothing to lose at this point. I'm going to shoot all 4 of them
Oh wait,
again.
try to keep one alive.
Okay, if he yells that, I'm going to shoot 3 of them.
Okay.
First shot. First shot is 3.
That's a hit.
Second shot is 3.
That's a hit.
9.
Nine, you got it in
Up
there.
4.
Yeah, 4.
That's a hit.
Third shot is 3.
That's a hit.
Nice.
There's 4 guys standing there.
He told me
Oh,
to keep
right.
one alive.
Yeah.
All 3 of them die.
Yeah.
You basically, you like look up from like the burns. You get this shot in the back that kind of like re-heals you, and you're like, oh yeah, and it's like it's just headshot, headshot,
And I'm like,
headshot.
for the trees!
Bam, bam, bam. They're various species. I mean, they're almost all serum
Captain
of some kind.
Planet
Blood just all over the
Captain
walls.
Planet, yeah,
The last guy looks at all y'all shocked. He's gonna roll a composure check. Hold on. Wow, he rolled really good on his composure check.
Oh, so he's cool.
He raises the gun at you and fires.
God.
Roll defense.
Does my dex boost count in this? Or
No.
Unless it's the
There's
lowest.
Two successes?
No, your wits is lower. Right?
2 successes, both crits.
Okay, so that'll soak 2 more damage. That does 2 damage to you. No, I'm sorry. 2 on 2, so 4 damage. You soak all of it. You're good. He hits
King
you,
of the
but
world!
he hits you, but your armor soaks.
I just glare at him with all 6 of my eyes.
It's like, boosh.
She's
all bark.
Basically.
I love it.
So grab him by the
All
throat.
bark and bite.
Destroyer,
All
your turn.
bite. I'm just gonna go to knock him out.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Hans, your turn.
Oh,
My
yeah.
bad.
So grab him by the throat, push him up against the wall, tell him, radio your ship, and tell them to teleport the 3 prisoners to the bridge to meet with the captain.
Yeah. What do you want to do though? Well, it's your turn.
Are you just gonna tell him to do that?
Yeah, like there's nothing I can make him shittier at damaging you. Do you want me to debuff him?
No.
Okay.
What's your turn?
Nothing.
You're gonna skip turn?
Yeah, I yelled
Take
at
cover.
the captain.
Yeah, take
like,
cover.
Fuck him up.
What do you do?
Yeah, I want to basically pin him up against a wall. I want to like fucking claw around the throat, like slidey move.
All right. This
Grapple.
is a brawl check. That's
Brawl
9,
hard.
please.
9?
Yep.
Does that is that a strength check?
No, it's a brawl check.
But like, does my strength go into my brawl check?
Yes.
So I'm gonna add the 3 from my crazy drugs.
Yep, do it.
Brawl so hard.
I brawl so hard. What about
win so
athletics?
crazy.
Does that go into my brawl?
What?
Does athletics go into brawl as well?
No.
Okay, just check. I just want to add everything that I possibly can.
Yes,
There you
thank
go.
you.
7.
What?
Yeah.
9?
12.
He crit failed. You're good. So he grab you. He like as you grab him, smash him up against a wall. He's a Siren from some planet. He doesn't have the goggles. He doesn't have the white eyes.
Got it.
So he looks at you, terrified.
3 prisoners have been requested to meet your captain on the bridge.
Of their ship.
Your transporter bay. To take our signatures to the bridge of your ship.
Roll intimidation.
I mean,
Can I help him by like pointing the gun at him that
Sure,
I just
yeah.
killed all 3 of his
Sure.
buddies with?
What's your intimidation, Taka?
1.
Go ahead and add 1 dice to your roll, Max.
I will take what I can get.
But it's a scary gun.
So that's 11.
I just headshot like
4.
That's a 3. I can try, but he won't. He'd rather destroy this vessel with you on it.
Oh no. This is a diplomatic meeting.
He reaches out. In the vents above the bridge, you see as the comms suddenly ping. Who is that? Says Provit, the first officer. The captain walks over to it. I think that's one of our boarding parties. Being Jerry. Captain. Well, the prisoners have
It's
escaped.
the same guy.
And you see it. Oh God. Damn. The prisoners have escaped. We should open fire on that vessel right away. Probit's like, no, the rare, they'll pay us good money. He's like, we have the Terran. That's all we need to make all the money we will ever need. Blow up that vessel and do it now. And and Provit looks at him. Damn it, fine, but when the Brer come asking why we don't have their damn bounty, you're the one who did this. And he goes over to the weapon systems to power up the weapon systems.
and I jump through that vent as
Okay.
quick as possible.
Okay,
Dylan.
stab him.
You drop down into the vent. You drop down out of the vent.
Sword to the throat. You're the only valuable thing
Sword.
right now.
Of course.
Roll athletics, please, for 6.
Okay. I'm gonna throw a willpower into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Roll
trying
7.
to say. I don't know if he knows.
Yeah.
Well, let's see what he does.
Get us teleported
teletransport,
over right now.
Wait, how much was that? Yep.
Fast as possible.
I have 1 critical success.
Is that?
I have 1 success and it's a critical.
Oh man. All right. You drop out of the ceiling
That's
and
good.
immediately collapse to the ground. Kind of like rolling yourself back up as you do.
Okay.
You're like ready for combat, but you're gonna take the second turn. You're not even gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
because of the failure on the athletics.
Okay. All right.
But you are going to get a turn. The captain and the first officer both turn to you, like totally surprised.
How close am I to them, by the way?
Relatively close.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah. Like you're in like not hand-to-hand combat, but you could get there in a single turn.
It's in my sphere.
Exactly.
Got
It's
it.
in your sphere.
Yeah.
They turn to you. Holy crap! The Terran got out. And they reach to pull their weapons.
Does that take time?
It does.
Oh.
So they both pull their weapons. What do you
Right.
do?
I immediately move towards the captain and take a sword right to his throat.
Okay. This is a sword check. Roll 12, please.
Okay. All right, boys and girls. Well. Okay.
Go. Yeah.
3.
3. You swing towards him, and he seems to be like practiced in sword fighting, which is a thing that would happen among Siren. You wouldn't know this, of course, but like a lot of Siren nobility are pretty good at this kind of thing. They have a lot of like courtly practice. So he sort of spins around you as you do, and he takes no damage from your attack.
Okay.
Roll your defense twice, please.
Okay. Actually, we've never done this with him. What's his defense?
He has, by the way, also pulled a sword.
Oof.
Really?
Yeah, the first officer has a pistol, but the captain actually tells him, like, back off. This one's mine, because he doesn't want you killed. You're his like
Well,
cash
you have
prize.
armor too.
Right.
So it's just going to be a single combat. Go ahead and roll defense.
Cool. So it's
It's in the purple.
the purple. So 3.
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. 3 successes, 2 crits.
Wow, nice. That's going to pop you up to 5. Which matches his 5 and means that so he runs at you with his blade. His blade is made of metal as opposed to yours, which is made of a chitin. As he moves up, he swings the blade above you, and you block the blade there on the bridge, and he like presses it down on you. What's your move?
I step in and hit him, and then go for his throat.
Well, okay. So that's a compound check, which means that you're gonna have a penalty on your sword check.
Oh, it's a. Oh, sorry.
If you want to
attacking
hit him
twice.
and sword him, that's
Sorry,
2
it's
attacks.
more like if he's coming down on this, it's move under his center of gravity and actually hit him.
Okay, got it. So but you're hitting with the sword.
It's 1. move.
Okay, roll sword check.
Okay.
He's gonna have less defense against this because of the nature of the attack. Beat a 4.
Throw willpower in.
I don't know if I can throw willpower.
No, not at this point.
Nothing.
Okay. Full fail.
Yeah, I got 1. I got
Okay.
like 1 success, but that's
Okay. So you swing down to try to get to his center of gravity, and he literally like flips over your sword. This guy is really agile, which is again relatively common among Siren. So he like does like a flip, does a backflip for show, and then lands there back with his sword. He looks at you. A Terran who can fight. Now I've seen everything. And he runs at you with the blade. Roll defense.
What have to roll for transport? I don't know. It sounds like we're...
Yeah.
Nothing.
Okay. Damn it. He hits you with his sword.
And I do
Your
have-
armor absorbs 4 of the damage.
That's good.
Sorry. Just making sure I have my numbers right. But it does 3 damage to you,
Okay.
which is half your health.
Now I have 7 health.
You have 6 health.
Boosted stamina.
Sorry?
I boosted stamina to 2.
Oh, not on your sheet. Sorry, I'm
That's all right.
I'm working off the sheet. Did you not update the character sheet on the thing?
I did. The stats I sent to you, and that was it.
Right. But did you actually do that on the sheet, or were you expecting me to do that?
Oh no, I mean I just.
We'll deal with this after the
later.
game. Just make sure that you actually do the updates
Okay.
on the sheet, because
Got it.
otherwise the math doesn't work out.
Got it.
Okay, cool. Gotcha. we may have been playing with your old stats this whole game as a result.
Awesome. Okay, cool. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be
All right.
fine. Don't worry
So you are now dealing with. You have 3 damage. You have 7 left.
Cool.
Your attack.
Okay. I'm gonna throw 2 willpower into this.
Okay.
So. Okay.
Another sword check.
All right. Another sword check.
Okay.
And here we go.
And he's rolling high today. Beat of 3.
Okay.
Come on.
Oh yeah.
Wait, that was a 7.
That. Oh what? Oh, you're right. Oh, look at that. And then
2 more?
2 more. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2 crits.
Well, it's definitely a hit.
I'll show you how to.
Okay, you do 4 damage to him, slicing up across that sort of red piece of armor he has, and cutting a big slice right
Nice.
underneath it. You've drawn blood.
That's not the only thing you're gonna see.
All right, so we'll cut away from this for now. We'll come back to this. Meanwhile,
Can we be
yeah,
scanning?
Nidar. So you've headed down to the transport bay, following that mine that you
Yep.
detected earlier. You find yourself above the bay. There is a single transport operator there. He's a Siren.
Great.
What do you want to do? You want to mind control him?
Let's mind control him.
All right, man.
It's 1 dude.
14.
14. 5.
Against a 1.
Woo!
You find your way into his weak mind. Congratulations. What do you do?
All right. Let's have him do a funky dance first. No.
20 minutes of dancing.
20 minutes of dancing, and then I'm going to lock onto their life signatures, right?
3, yeah.
By the way, they've
Three
effectively stripped
prisoners.
your vessel of like most of its stuff.
Dear.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for it.
Okay. So locking onto their life signatures, 3 of them, and bringing him over
To the
Okay.
bridge.
to the. You guys want to go to the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
bridge.
to the bridge.
Okay. He, develops these, coordinates. It takes him a minute. You aren't really familiar with this, so you're just trying to like get in his mind to do it. But it starts to happen. On the hallway, you are now, starting to feel the. You're starting to feel it take, but it's a slow transporter.
Yeah.
You're just sort of starting to feel it.
I crushed the neck of the man I'm hoping.
Yes, correct.
Not gonna make you roll for that. You're good. You
Alas,
crush him.
poor Jerry.
You crush him as he screams, "Poor Jerry," and he is dead.
We don't care about
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
All right,
Jerry is a jerk.
can I just tell everyone to get prepped? I mean, like, get ready. Like, anything that can give us a bolster of our initiative to be like, we're about to get on this bridge. The first thing you see that you do not know, kill. Like,
Okay.
Can you refill our willpower?
oh yeah, who's low on willpower? You have
Me.
0, right?
0.
And you have 0. But
No,
how much
I
do you
have 2.
You have 2. I'm gonna refill Hans because he's gonna be squishy for a while. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine,
Very
that's
sorry.
fine.
So yeah, I'm gonna use my inspire and refill that willpower.
Okay. Don't you need to have a 5 in Inspire to do that?
I have the most dots that you allowed on the sheet.
Oh, then you're good. Sorry, that's my
I
bad.
couldn't go over.
No.
Many dots as possible.
No, you are correct.
Okay.
Are you
all right.
doing on
And
the bridge?
who's are you?
Yep.
Who's it?
Here, shoot
Hans.
that
Refilling?
first officer, dude.
So you
Thank
look
you.
to Hans and give an inspiring look, speech, talk, feel.
No,
What
I'm
do you
gonna
do?
give him a speech.
Feel.
We're a speechifying crew.
Speech.
Real
All
time.
right, Hans, I promised you I'd give you everything we took away from you, and I meant it. At this moment, the only thing I need from you is to think like a brightest eye. Do that, and I'll make you one. Kill everything
That's
on
not
that
us.
ship.
I find those terms
That's not us.
That's not
acceptable.
good.
Meanwhile, on the bridge, what's your attack?
It's my turn? Lovely. Okay, I go to attack him again.
Oh no, I'm sorry. It's his turn. My bad.
Oh,
That was
okay.
totally my bad.
All right.
You rolled
Cut
defense.
him in the
please.
guts.
I like this funky music.
Yeah.
All right.
This is space sword fight music.
2 success.
Space sword fight
Okay.
music.
So he hits you,
So
doing
you're-
another 3 damage. Do you want to soak any with willpower?
I wouldn't even worry about that. You just gotta make up
Yes, I do.
How much?
I'll do all of it.
Okay.
So I got one left, I think. That's it.
You have 2 left. You have 6
Oh,
willpower.
you're right. That's right.
You're good.
Okay.
Unless I missed a willpower somewhere in there, which is entirely possible.
I mean, I think
Okay,
I
cool.
killed the cat in
It
the
is your
first
turn.
officer.
Okay.
He sort of slashes down and lands like right on your shoulder,
Right.
and actually cuts into that chitinous mound you have on your shoulder,
Right.
and pops it off, literally like tearing off your carapace off as it
Damn.
does.
Kill
Okay.
that guy.
Okay. How close? And how? I'm
And,
right.
he swings the sword around to you, to like close to your neck, to be like, surrender, and I will promise you freedom among the Pac-Ha Peacekeep. They'll treat you better than these monsters ever did. There are many of your kind there, many who will know your name, and many who will give me profit. Come on, you, me, together we don't need to fight. We can be partners, business
I
partners.
hit him in the throat.
All right, roll your brawl check.
You know your own fucking name. Hell, you chose it.
This is your strength,
He has a good name.
Does my fighting finesse get in this?
your hand-to-hand. It does, yes. So I'm sorry, you're going to roll your dex instead of your strength, because that's what fighting finesse does for you. Hand-to-hand,
Ninja.
and that's it.
Off-world spirit?
Moses Ninja.
Yes, off-world spirit. God, you're so smart. So that's going to be 7.
Beautiful. Oh yeah. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. Not that. And so that was. Yeah, and then right?
No,
No, that
we
was.
already rolled it all.
That was it. Yeah. 3.
Okay, that's 3 against a crit fail. You punch him in the throat so hard that his voice box collapses.
Yeah.
He stumbles backwards, his windpipe suddenly like calling out for air. And as he reaches out to you for mercy, you have a moment to decide what to do with this guy.
Might need him alive to get our shit back.
That's gonna. I grab him by the head, hit him on the dashboard, and I say, "Damn it!" I say, "I already know who I am, and I really don't need someone telling me who you think I am. You let us be free. Now."
And then you hear back of your head, scatter pistol. It's the first officer. I don't care how much money you're worth. My plan was to sell y'all to the Vrair anyway. You let the captain go, or you're dead. And then, behind him, the 3 of you materialize.
Oh, fast reflexes. I want to shoot this guy.
Okay?
He has a gun to my friend's head. No, the first officer. No.
We can waste
But
the
the
first.
cat doesn't have a voice box anymore.
Well,
He's damaged goods
It's
already.
okay. We can do it on our own.
It's up to you,
Alright.
Takaka.
I want to shoot him.
Go
He's,
nuts.
Do it.
He's threatening my
remember I
tree
said
friend.
kill everybody.
Nice. Oh, threatening your tree friend.
The tree
Tree
friend.
hate.
Well,
Tree
because
friends.
it's a surprise attack, I'm not going to make you roll initiative. Just roll for the attack.
Okay.
You're shooting the guy who's holding the gun to my head, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Oh yeah, that guy? He's fine. Yeah,
Just
don't
check.
waste him.
Whoops.
This is your blaster check, right?
Yeah.
So that's 12.
Yep.
You got to beat a 3.
2.
All right.
Do we all get around?
What was that?
Do we all get around for surprises?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But so that shot, it fires and it literally like glances off of him and hits one of the computer systems, sparking it out.
Good.
Well, maybe not good.
Well,
I'm gonna intimidating roar.
Okay. So that you're gonna roll.
For those of you lovely viewers who don't know
You're
what that
helping, you're
is,
helping.
it's part of my martial art. I roll intimidation, and if I succeed, everyone in the room who's an enemy loses a turn.
Roll 10, please.
Ooh.
That's your intimidation roll. And as Max just described, that is exactly what happens.
That is a cool
10.
thing.
It is super sweet and metal as hell.
It's very metal.
1, 2, 3,
That one?
4, 5 successes, 3 crits.
Damn. Nice.
Okay, so that is successful. That definitely outweighs the enemy defense, so they are each going to skip a turn. He turns around, shocked. Like,
Hans, kick him in the balls.
never quite seen a brightest eye like this up before. Hans, you're the last one with an
I don't
action.
think I can hit anything. But he skips his next 2 turns.
Yeah, you can shoot
I'm
the
just gonna
debuff.
hack the computers.
Yeah, there you
Skip his
go.
next turn.
Yeah. I'm hacking the computer systems. I want full control of this shit.
Okay, go for it.
Gregor Samsa when he gets angry.
You're rolling 9.
No, intimidation.
No,
Yeah.
Strength or dex.
And though you have your willpower left, so if you wanted to add willpower to this, you could.
Now that he's not
I got a 2.
Do we need him alive?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna kill him. Oh.
So you moved the systems. They've been shorted out by her blast. In terms of like ship control of this vessel, it seems like it's almost entirely inoperable, just from the
sorry.
bridge. That blaster shot did a number. However, you do notice the one system that isn't down is the mapping system. That subspace mapping system that you first detected way at the beginning of this mission.
Okay.
That is still operational here. The next turn up is Dylan.
All right, so that
The
guy's
defender, sorry.
Right, it's all right. So I have him by the head.
Yep.
He can't do anything.
Yep.
Yeah, I just have I have basically ready to cut his throat and tell him to stand down. Oh wait, you can't. Say something. Not. Yeah, I don't know.
What are you trying for?
I'm trying to make him just stop and surrender. The other guy.
I mean, he has no voice box.
Got it. Yeah, right.
Just kill the captain. He's
Cut
the
it out.
first officer.
Yeah, I guess so. All right, then I cut his throat.
Okay. Dang, bro. That's cold. I'm not gonna make you roll for that.
Okay.
You cut his throat. He bleeds out on the mapping system.
On the okay.
It doesn't damage it. It just blood stains it.
It's just a huge, awesome part of the
Cap-
galaxy that is all bloody.
Cap-
Yeah,
Do we
yeah.
need this
It's
other
slowly
guy, or-
slowly the Siren Ventures become stained with blood.
Right, as they will.
Yeah, we should
Do
definitely
we
use
need this one guy?
this first officer. Yeah.
We can use him.
All right, Taka, you're around. Nidar, are you heading towards the bridge?
Yes, I should
one
be
assumes?
trying to reunite with my buddies.
Cool, you'll be back the next round.
If we're not gonna kill this guy, I guess I just want to hit
I
him.
could read his mind or something.
Okay.
Yeah, or
Taka, go ahead and
also
roll
try
a
and
brawl.
Disarm.
That is hand to hand. What does that include?
This is your strength, your hand-to-hand, and
Plus
that is
3.
it. You're gonna roll 8, please.
Well, plus 3 for the drugs.
Yes, plus 3 for the drugs.
Let's see. 2, 5. 1 crit.
Okay. 5 with 1 crit.
Yep. Right in the face.
You knock him for 3 damage. He's already kind of stunned. You knock him and he stumbles back, almost like knocking into Hans as he does. He's dazed and he looks at you. Please, stop! I'll do anything. That was the only person to whom I owed any kind of allegiance. I'll stand down. I'll make them all stand down. Whatever you want, please, just stop.
That's a good first step, I think,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can they put all our stuff back?
Can they put our
I
stuff?
want to look him in the eye and say,
And he like falls to his knees in front of you.
If I use all my willpower, can I attempt to get operational control from this bridge? Like even despite the fact that it's a little shorted out.
Try
like
it again.
I want ship-to-ship communications and I want airlocks.
Yep,
Those
try
are
it.
the 2 things
And
I want.
also,
Yep, try it.
I want to listen to see if he's being honest when he's
oh
sort
yeah,
of surrendering.
I want to know
Sounds
that
good.
first.
So roll your 28 for lie detection. Hans, roll your hacking plus all of your willpower.
Let me roll
and
20 on
then
yours.
Visionary Destroyer, it's going to be your stage, bro.
yeah.
Okay.
5.
Seriously?
I'm going to leave that up to the dice.
8 more, come on.
You roll a
Oh,
5
wow, there
against
you
2. You have what you
8.
need.
Great.
And 9.
It's going to take you a beat, though, while they go through all this.
Sure.
You'll get it at the end of that beat.
Great, thank you.
Okay? But essentially, you go in and you start to
there.
actually have to repair the individual systems of the computer system just to get it to work in the first place, and then you'll step up and bolt in.
9 with 2 crits.
Okay, you will definitely know if he's lying, and he does not seem to be lying.
Great.
This guy actually wants to live.
All right.
He really
Gonna go with
wants to
that
live.
classic throat grab. Pull him up to his feet. You owe no man allegiance, you say? Your brother may be dead, but you owe your allegiance to the brightest eye. You're mine. You hear that? We don't just kill. We take vassals. And this ship
I raise my hands and like, hey, like me.
belongs to the eye. Tell your men to stand down. Tell them they have a new boss.
Because he can't.
High five, man.
That was a mic drop with somebody's head. Just so we're all super clear. Head drop. He looks at you. Visionary, I need you to roll for intimidation, please.
Okay. I'm gonna pump some willpower into that if I
Okay.
can. I'm gonna put.
Can I
Basically
again
all of
bolster
it. What
with the
else?
gun?
Yeah, I'm gonna put all of it in
the
it.
face?
Yeah, add one for
add
Taka
one.
throwing a gun in his face.
Sweet. All right.
Nice.
So
That's her big move. It's just
She's just constantly
it's
throwing
the
guns in people's faces.
Hey, it
Tarantino
works.
beat.
I-
Where it's
I
like
ju- I
a
just-
tense moment and then an extra gun and a click.
and your brother's head dropping on the ground.
Yeah, is there any extra intimidation for the head drop?
No.
Okay. So
That was awesome.
It was.
It has an
Super
awesomeness
awesome.
factor. We'll just hold it at that.
It's a metal factor. It's fine.
God.
That's pretty bad.
Pretty bullshit.
That's pretty terrible.
3. I love how I'm just like, here's a sweet fucking speech for you. Really effective.
He's like, I'm not buying it.
I think I should.
Everyone I talk to is like, this guy is so
Well-
full of himself.
He's a cockroach.
I mean, look, that's a really low roll, but it's still a success, which means I roll against it. You want to know what he just rolled?
Yeah.
2.
Yeah.
Luckies.
You guys are getting a lot of like
Yeah.
1 dice saves here, which I
Should we
think makes up for the
space
fact
some
that
extra
you
dudes
almost
just to
died.
be sure?
Yes, that's it. We need all the help we can get, clearly.
As he slowly bows to you, Hans, you get onto the system and realize something, which is that this whole ship is built on top of an AI system. That's the AI that controls those little ships, the Corsairs, that hit you. It coordinates them like a swarm.
I knew it.
It's why they took you over so well. It's a rudimentary AI, but because most higher level artificial intelligence is like banned in the galaxy at large for reasons that you and I have spoken about previously, the appearance of an artificial intelligence in the middle of like a pirate ship is actually kind of rare. However, it is easily subdued. Even with your secondary frontal cortex not doing its job, this AI system is, let's say it's like 2,000 or 3,000 year old technology from Talikli perspective. So it's a little bit like me having to roll a strength check for swinging a hammer. You've got it. So you shackle it pretty immediately, and as a result have wider control over not simply the Narkala's, the Karnala's ship systems, but also the ship systems of your vessel, which have been patched in and controlled by this one now.
Ooh, well done, Hans.
Nice.
What do you
Thank
do?
you.
Very nice.
He delivers a speech, dude bows.
I activate shipwide communications and present the first officer and/or my captain the horn.
No, we'll have the first officer give his speech telling his men to stand down.
Okay. So he steps up. As Nidar, you come up onto the ship. You see your captain and the crew victorious. The enemy captain is dead, his blood painting the panels, and the enemy first officer is on his knees delivering a speech to the rest of his crew. He is noting that now that all limb shall be removed from bondage and returned to control stations on the Brightest Eye vessel. All Corsairs shall return to the Karnala alongside their vessels. and report for immediate debriefing by the brightest eye.
And put our stuff back.
We will
Thank you.
begin routine reassembly of the. We begin routine reassembly of the brightest eye vessel immediately. God help us, I'm so sorry. And he just starts to weep.
This is in character.
The eye shines bright.
Yeah, it does shine bright. Good job, Captain. And I thank you for saving the lives of so many of your men and women. Hans, do we have control?
We do, Captain.
Kill half of his crew.
It's done.
You just airlock them.
As the Corsairs head back towards the vessel, you not only you space the boarding parties as they come back. So it's like a school of fish heading back towards the vessel. And all of a sudden, all of the outside fish disembowel themselves. And bodies just float out into the darkness.
And before shipwide communications go out, I say, the eye shines bright. And then I shut the channel.
Aww.
All right.
You are now in command. In a thing this is a relatively surprising event for me. You are now in at least provisional command of the Karnala, a pirate vessel, which itself is not particularly more powerful than yours, but with the addendum of the Corsairs has a certain amount of tactical usefulness. However, you do not have enough crew members to operate said vessel like at its maximum capacity. So while you can move the vessel from here to there, actually deploying these fighters may be rough. On top of this, because you have no other brightest eye to properly like enslave these new individuals, you are running them almost entirely on a status of intimidation. So I warn you that keeping this vessel around can be dangerous to you.
Right.
However, you absolutely can. This is now, you can consider this part of your party's inventory, essentially, and I will share with you a character sheet from which you can operate.
Can Nidar like lobotomize him?
That's what I was thinking.
This is all stuff that we can
Yeah.
sort of consider and think about doing.
Yeah.
The big headline, though, from this
Yeah, scans. Crazy you want to
is
use that scanning network.
this network runs the entirety of the Siren Ventures. It is a full-on scanning network that operates all along the Siren space. What that means is that how these pirates tend to operate, how the Corsairs tend to operate, is that, and this is explained to you by the first officer, who's kind of become, I figured you keep him on a chain.
Yeah, somewhat.
He
Collar.
he has sort of indicated to you that the way that this works is that they wait for a vessel to come into range of any one of a number of small satellites that exist all throughout that space. They're very inconspicuous. Most of them look like junk, so no one ever notices them. As a ship, like, say, yours, crosses through that, they are alerted and proceed to do these kind of entrapment schemes, taking the vessel and everything on top of it. So essentially what you have now is a piracy targeting network. This has an additional help for you, though, which is that this targeting network targets anything in Siren space. And guess what just crossed the border into Siren space?
What?
Pac-Ha?
That convest.
A Pac-Ha vessel with the same energy signature as the one you traced from Border 17. You're on the scent. Yes. And with that, we will end. Well, no, wait, hold on. Before we end, I want to deal with a really I just want to deal with one last bit here, which is that part of the middle of this game, Hans, was you being offered the Concordance. Do you take it?
I actually have to think about it. I don't know that that's necessarily what Hans wants. I think he wants to learn about it. I think he wants to know its secrets.
Then we'll start there. And with that, we end episode 1.4 of V.A.S.T, entitled The Corsairs. Well done, you guys. That was about as off script as you could have gotten. A good portion of that was stuff that I had no plans or adaptation for. There is definitely no outcome scenario in here that ends with you getting the ship, and I had planned on making that rather hard for you, and you managed to make a lot of really smart moves to get there. So I sort of stand awestruck in your ability to, like the brightest eye, survive by sheer willpower alone, and come back from adversity. That was pretty amazing, you guys. So well done.
Yay!
We didn't die!
Thank you for watching.
To those of you who stuck around with us this late for another 4-hour V.A.S.T episode, as I continue to say, we're a 4-hour show. Thank you so much for staying. This was awesome. This is our last episode that's going to be transmitted over Twitch and YouTube. I know, but here's the thing. You can just follow us to Alpha. Come to Project Alpha, sign up. If you're on Twitch, you're already getting a free subscription. But hey, if you're not, come on over for $5 a month just to join us and watch the game.
Don't you want to see what we screw up next?
Yeah.
We can break literally anything.
Yeah, I tune in just to watch how all of the hard work of our writer's room gets completely thrown to ribbons the minute that these guys get their hands on it. It is my absolute pleasure to continue to do this. I was very trepidatious when we started V.A.S.T. I didn't know that we were going to go past a few episodes, and now I can say with enormous confidence that not only are we going to go on, but that we are going to go on to do some stuff that has never been done in this space. I am really excited to tease that out for you guys just a second. Next week, unfortunately, Jeff Torres is not going to be around. He's on a sojourn into Iceland, which we're all really happy about. Check him out on Twitter. He's been posting a lot of cool photos about that.
Wait, Rake is going to Reykjavik?
Rake
is in Reykjavik. Isn't that awesome? But here's the trick of it.
Cats meow, is what I hear.
As a result, that's opening up a really great opportunity for us to bring on a guest star. So, yeah, guys. So, keep your eyes peeled for next week's episode of V.A.S.T, which will be featuring Amy Vorpal from Mothership here on Alpha itself. Nice. She's very excited to be coming in and doing a game as a Siren negotiator who will go head-to-head with Captain Bard. In the meantime,
That's cool.
I would also put on your radar that in 2 weeks is our last episode of the year. After that episode, we'll be taking a Christmas break, recharging. I'm going to get the writers together. We're going to come up with a whole bunch of new stuff that these guys are going to break.
Fix everything we broke already. So we can
Episode 6 is going to be something a little bit special. I'm not going to tell you too much about it yet, but just to say that it's the kind of thing that I've been pulling off in the Star Trek game for the last few years. And, well, let's just say it has the absolute potential to go past 4 hours. So, so strap in and get psyched for the episode in 2 weeks, which is going to pick up right where we left off here, with the brightest eye surging towards Siren space on a collision course with the Starcrosser Avalon. Thank you again for watching V.A.S.T. I'm Jackson Lanzing. I'll see you in the future.
Yeah.